guilty of glossing over the loss of Handglot. No, he's not some super scorer. He's not going out and giving you, Zach Edey production. He's not going to be a 2010 guy, but once a year. But he's one of the fiercest, best offensive rebounders in the entire country. Top 5 in offensive rebounding percentage. He is a big part of Florida's identity this season. Not having him and that loss of depth is, or at least could be, killer. Do not get in foul trouble. And so I've done it. I've gone with my, my hopes over my reality. I've got Florida going a round or two too far before ultimately, not. Look, I ain't that guy. Not going to put him in the championship game, ET. But, so we filled out the brackets yesterday, right, E?
We did.
And, I told you, we're talking after the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And here's the deal with the wheel bet. Here's what I don't like about it. It makes me go conservative. It takes the fun out of filling out the bracket.
Yep.
I don't want to knock out some 1 seed in round 2, even if I really do think they may go, because I got to spin that dastardly wheel at the end of the run if I'm wrong. So I ended up going way chalky. I got 3 1s and a 2 in the Final Four. Me and every other sheep in the herd got UConn in the final. Houston's a pretty sheepy pick too, but I've got Houston beating UConn and it's right here. Put to bed, and there are some upsets in this. This isn't just chalk the whole way, but I'm just saying by the time I got to the end, I wasn't comfortable having some 12 seed riding through to the 8. You feel me?
Right.
Well, this is it right here. Confirmation. I'm not Dan Hicken. My bracket is in. It's right here. It's filled out. It's ready to go. I do need to put a final score in there, I guess. But anyway, here we go. Official, your college basketball expert tells you it'll be Houston, UConn in the final with Houston winning.
Chalky.
That's what I got. And by the way, that's a Final Four with UConn, North Carolina, Houston, and Tennessee.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. Chalky. By the way, the 8, it's the 1 versus the 2, the 1 versus the 2, the 1 versus Florida, and the 1 versus the 2.
That's the
okay?
8.
Yeah. This is called listen, gang, you got to be smart, man.
No upset.
I don't care what kind of gambler you are. If you got skin in the game, you're best off covering yourself. I'm not trying to go perfect here and win $1 million. I'm trying not to spin that wheel that sits over there in the corner, winks at me during the show. So that's the official one. Then I got to have fun, and I filled in the bracket that I really believe in. Oh. And in this one, I've got Auburn beating UConn in the Sweet 16.
You like Auburn?
I got Auburn beating them. You're darn right I do. There got to be some madness here. Now, I still end up, this is for the matchsticks, if you know what I'm saying. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
The matchstick bracket here, I at least have Auburn getting on a run and going to the 4. Still have North Carolina beating them. Almost went Arizona there. I still have Houston and Tennessee on the other side. I just couldn't get away from it. Man, that Tennessee-Purdue bracket looks way too easy to me. In really identifying as I go through and I fill this out, sure seems like Tennessee-Purdue as 1s and 2 have the easiest path with the least likely upset. At least to me, it feels that way. But that's the beauty of March Madness, man. Some of this chalk's going to get erased, I promise you. If you're in some sort of godforsaken bet where you may have to do your show from a billboard in your underwear, you hope that at least your chalk survives. So lots of March Madness to get into. What a fun day, huh? What a fun 48 hours. My favorite stat through the years about March Madness. This is a good one. It is these 2 days, Thursday, Friday, are the 2 days of the year where the most vasectomies, when the most vasectomies take place.
Yeah.
You go do that first thing in the morning, and you can't go to work. You sit on a bag of frozen peas.
You post it.
Pop Miller Lights and watch March Madness. So many games. They're flying anywhere. And boys, let me just share this one with you, too, as we get up and going. Let me share this with you, too. Put this on your bucket list with your guys if you haven't done it. And I'm not too, I'm not some super gambler.
Right.
I like to throw it around a little bit. If I'm at a sports book, I do not have an online account. I don't, I have fun. I can do it for entertainment. I'm not saying I don't dabble, right? That's not what I'm saying.
You're not like Shohei's best friend.
No. In any translation there, Chief, we call that larceny. Quick sidebar, not to leave you hanging. Shohei's interpreter has been caught stealing $4 million from him to cover his gambling losses.
4 M's. But, yeah, you ain't nothing like that.
No, I'm not that far gone. I like to play a little bit, don't get me wrong. So, but back to my point, Hicken and I went out to Vegas for the first 2 rounds of March Madness.
Man, I wish I was there.
Our partners at VEASAN sent us out there. They had a beautiful studio in the middle of their sports book. We're 3 hours ahead of time, so
yeah.
We got basketball when we it's just we get off the air. I mean, it would still be 2 hours, but it's morning time over there, and we just sat in that sports book, man. We had our buddy Bitman came over from LA, Ping, and we just sat in that sports book and we just fired at every game, man.
Just vibed out.
We just fired at every game. They have these wagers you could bet like the first team to get to 15 points.
Oh yeah, I'd have been all over that.
Yeah, we're just firing it all. I'm not gonna lie.
Bet.
We just sat there with the buckets of. You got to go anywhere but upstairs now. Don't forget that part. Just got us a prime spot because we're done early in the morning, right there in the middle of the table, and just ate cheeseburgers and pop Coronas and fired on the college basketball's first 2 rounds. It was good, man. I've been to a lot of Final Fours. I'm not sure I enjoyed the NCAA tournament more than I did that Thursday that we just sat and fired. We fired again on Friday, right? Yeah, we left on Saturday morning. That was to my point. 1 year. If you're fortunate enough and you're to the point where it's graduated highly enough that you take a golf trip or 2 a year, saddle one of those for budgetary reasons, and instead head with your boys out to Vegas for the opening 2 rounds of March Madness, and just thank me later. Put a little future down on the Braves if you want to show your appreciation. I know a lot of guys. My Jack's Concrete Coatings who came and did the garage. They have a group where they go to a first. They go to March Madness every year. They go to this round. They choose different cities and they bebop around. And they had chosen Indianapolis this year, just cause. And lo and behold, Florida ends up there. So we get a little local rooting interest going on that end. So yeah, TVs are flying. Brackets are going to be busted by the time we get here tomorrow morning, but that's the fun of it all. Sometimes it's a battle of attrition when you get in these yearly contests, and sometimes it stays chalky. Got some interesting notes around March Madness. We'll sprinkle them in as we move through this Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday. We're going to do some Thursday morning running backing with Fred Taylor.
Yes, sir.
He had a conflict on Monday, wasn't able to join us, so we'll bring in Freddie T this morning. We'll talk Jags and more. Spring football, oh, by the way, it's been underway in Gainesville now for over a week, but FSU got on the field for the first time a couple of days ago. They'll be back on the field today, so the Noles really regrouping, man. I was just reading kind of a camp preview and overview. The game has changed so much. The way we used to measure where a college football program stood was almost exclusively, sprinkle in a graduate transfer here and now, but for the most part, almost exclusively was determined by the recruiting class, their early production, their development, their growth, and then replaced with the next. Point being, when you went into a football season as a college football fan, you knew, for the most part, 90% of your roster. You knew the names. You knew how they were developing. You knew what you had in front of you. Well, that's gone. That is not how it's played anymore in football or basketball. Billy Donovan's route to the Final Four, full of Udonis Haslams and Mike Millers and name one. Brett Nelson, Kenyon Weeks, Patrick Young, Scotty Wilbekin. I'm not even mentioning the group that won back-to-back, the Harfords, the Brewers. Those guys, you got them early, you kept them, you watched them develop. Nothing sprinkled in from the outside. It's all homegrown and tracked since the day they signed. Well, look at this year's Gator team that will start tomorrow. A very good team. A dangerous team. particularly before Hanglotten's injury. But say Hanglotten wasn't injured. Hanglotten, center, transfer. Tyrese Samuel, power forward, transfer. Will Richard, small forward, transfer. Walter Clayton Jr., off guard, transfer. Zion Pullen, point guard, transfer. All 5. By the way, 3 of those, 4 of them are first-year transfers. You didn't know you didn't know what Florida basketball was going to be going into this year. And not only are you adding a bunch of guys that are with you for the first time, but they're all coming from different situations, scenarios. How do they fix? How do they admit? That's got to be a real big attribute, is that ability to discern personality-wise as a coach. Are you bringing in the right group as a whole? Will these sum of the parts get their on-court value? But I digress. I'd like to more apply that to Mike Norvell and his football program. Look, it's going to be the same thing. You didn't know how good FSU. You didn't know Keon Coleman, Trey Benson. Listen, if you're a college football recruitnik or whatnot, and you follow them in high school, I'm not talking to you. So I understand some of you do, but your casual fan, they're just first-year players from other schools. Well, Mike Norvell has shown an incredible knack for picking the right guys, for picking Jared Verse, for picking Johnny Wilson. And now this spring, a major reason why FSU is being predicted to maintain its hold as a top 15 program. Well, it's too deep because now the recruiting success is following after the undefeated season, and FSU was in the top 10 in your standard high school recruiting. But once again, in the portal, elite. Now, how many? It still feels less guaranteed. Like if you have 2 kids that you watch emerge through freshman and sophomore year, you're planning, you're looking and expecting their production for the next year, you probably have a better idea than taking even a really good player from somewhere else and just throwing him to the system and seeing really for the first time. But this is where your trust in Mike Norvell has to be really, really high. This progression up for Florida State that really started in the middle of the 2022 season, this ramping up of winning, which, let's be honest, Jordan Travis is a big part of it, but to get DJ Uiagalelei, that's a good get. And so far, you have to trust Mike Norvell in the guys he's identifying in other programs that can come in and help him right away in more ways than just on the field. And so that's what I was – in Gainesville, if you read their primer, you know, it's still more about guys developing within the program. Certainly they sprinkled in some transfers from the portal this year, but, you know, you're not seeing Florida pop in any transfer portal rankings. So anyway, spring has sprung for college football. Big years in both places. There's also more now from the percolating potential dissolution of the ACC. We'll talk about that as we move through this morning. So we got a lot on our plate. It's going to be a fun Thursday. Doc Kevin Murphy help us break things down injury-wise. That Hanglotten injury for Florida, I don't know if y'all saw that, but that, I believe, is what they call a compound fracture, ET, where that bone breaks and it punctures the skin. Like the back of his calf was bleeding. That can't be good, man. And I wonder what does that change your long-term prognosis more than just another injury that incapacitates you for the rest of the year?
It's real similar. Remember Paul George had something similar to that in the Olympics?
Oh, that was gruesome-looking injury.
Oh, yes.
I don't like looking at those injuries, man.
No, the human body ain't supposed to do that.
Yeah, I look away. There's certain, like I've done that. I've ripped ligaments in my ankle before. I don't like seeing a guy step on another guy's foot. That makes me skittish. I turn away for that one. So when you get to those points that boys' limbs are flopping around like a twig in a breeze, yeah, not me. Hey, Gabe Davis sat down with Jaguars.com. Just another more personal side of a guy who's going to be very important, I think, for the Jaguars season. So some comments from him that are a little bit fresher. We'll cue those up for you when we come back on the other side. Pro day workouts yesterday. let me say, I'm going to say this when we come back on the other side. It's a combo. It's a combo opinion that involves a sports team and a 1010XL personality.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. There you go. How's that for a tease? It's Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday. Thanks for being up and at 'em with us, for allowing me the privilege of this most awesome job in Jacksonville, FLA. Shout out to my brother from another mother in there making things happen the right way. We'll be back with more next. You're listening to 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Your home for Florida Gators baseball is 1010XL.
It's a weekend of baseball in Baton Rouge, Florida LSU. Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon on 1010 AM.
Now at Hodges Mazda, take advantage of 0% APR on a new 2024 Mazda SUV. Lauren Brooks here. Choose from the off-road ready 2024 Mazda CX-50 or go in style in a 2024 Mazda CX-30. With 0% APR for 36 months, you choose the Mazda CX-30 or Mazda CX-50 to drive away in. Our professional non-commissioned sales team always puts your best interests first. Plus, every vehicle purchase comes with 2 years free maintenance. Visit us today or shop online at HodgesMazda.com for the Hodges Mazda difference. See dealer for details. Terms and fees for qualified applicants expires April 1st, 2024.
Top Dog Tavern is your gathering place for family and friends, offering something for everyone. Want a delicious meal served with a smile? We have you covered. Shareable appetizers, hot and crispy wings, juicy tavern burgers, fresh salads, plus a large craft beer selection. And there is nowhere better to watch all the big games than on our multiple TVs. Enjoy great food, cold drinks, and good times at Top Dog Tavern, located in Bartram Park off Old St. Augustine Road.
When it comes to towing products, your safety on the road is the priority at Cannons of Jacksonville. Whether it's a heavy-duty tow hitch, trailer frame, wiring, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons has decades of experience to ensure your towing setup is installed with precision and reliability. Visit cannonsofjax.com to explore a range of products and schedule your installation. Cannons of Jacksonville, your trusted partner for a smoother tow.
Hold on tight, because All Pro Roofing is unleashing some electrifying news. Brace yourselves for instant excitement. Instant roof quotes are here. Simply surf over to their website and hit the Instant Roof Quote tab. Boom! That's your ticket to a lightning-fast estimate. Head over to allproroofingllc.com. Click that Instant Roof Quote tab. What are you waiting for? Click on the Instant Roof Quote tab today at allproroofingllc.com.
License number CCC 1327056.
CDC 060138.
It's kind of like his own private locker, and you're his guest.
Every time we talk, I'm reinvigorated by my love of the game.
Hayes Carline here. Find my blog at 1010XL.com.
Hayes Blog is brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing, where quality and experience count.
Your cooling system isn't working. Maybe somebody showed up with a portable electronic device. Then they discussed with you what your options are. Maybe they gave you an estimate that seems like an awful lot of money. What's the smart thing to do? When the situation merits a second opinion, get a Mike Merritt opinion. Yes, the Mike Merritt Comfort Team shows up with hand tools. We've never been able to fix an air conditioning problem with a tablet. Mike Merritt has been the trusted name for more than 30 years because there's never any hocus pocus. The Merritt team will walk you through the diagnostic steps up close and personal and show you exactly what you need. And the Mike Merritt price is likely to be far less because there's never an overtime charge, and the Merritt team doesn't work on commission. So remember, when it comes to the health of your cooling system, a second opinion can only help, and a Mike Merritt opinion can save you money. Florida license CACO 50384.
Why live with foot or ankle pain? If you have persistent pain, numbness, tingling, burning pain on the bottom of your foot, or swelling that doesn't improve with home treatment, it may be time to see Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute. Our foot and ankle specialists have innovative new options to help you get back in the swing of things without persistent pain that slows you down. Call JOI 2000 or go to joionline.net for an appointment.
Flowers are for more than just romance. Why not celebrate your mom's infectious laugh, or your sister's new job, or any occasion, just because, with a beautifully handcrafted arrangement from spencersflorist.com. Discover the difference that local expertise makes at First Coast Lighting and Fans. Visit their showroom at the Avenues and browse high-quality products to match your desire for elegance, quality, and uniqueness at First Coast Lighting and Fans.
Pross, I'm thinking about changing my name.
Again? You're already the media mogul, the straw that stirs the drink, the Duke of Pablo Bay. Now what?
Refer to me as Dreamfinders Danny Hicken.
What in the blazes? Is this a cash grab?
No, it's just that I believe so much in Dreamfinders Homes. 20 locations in Northeast Florida, official home builder of Jags and Gators. Great opportunity for first-time homeowners.
All right. Dreamfinders Danny it is.
Did I mention the lowest interest rates you can find? Visit dreamfindershomes.com. Now let Dreamfinders Danny celebrate through the majesty of song. Dreamfinders, I believe they will build your home just right.
We're in Florida, and pest problems are persistent. Want them gone? Mission accomplished with Mission Pest Solutions. Veteran and locally owned and operated, Mission Pest will blow your mind with their communication and response time for all your pest, termite, and mosquito needs. Text or call 904-944-PEST. You'll speak directly with the owners. Mention 1010XL when you call 944-PEST. You'll get 25% off your initial pest or termite protection service. Mission accomplished with Mission Pest Solutions.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Did you hear what's happening? Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are spring cleaning. New inventory on the ground means we need to make more room. Take advantage of huge savings on thousands of vehicles priced to sell. New and pre-owned prices have been reduced, and all sales associates have been instructed to give maximum value on all trades. But you better hurry, the best deals go first. Head to Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville to take advantage of our spring cleaning sale. We're here to wow you.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All ready to hustle and bustle our way. My guy E's the best. Well, he's come back from the players. He's brought me this lid here. A long hat summer returns.
I know, right? Adding
but he's called me. If you've been out to the players and up in the clubhouse, they have the GOAT logo. You love the GOAT logo.
The GOAT.
He told me it's the GOAT for the GOAT. Look at that.
Yeah, I get the
little golf ball too. Got that. Go ahead.
I get the privilege of working with two GOATs every day, man.
Yeah, that's just, you're too kind, man. You're too kind. Talk dirty to me. I will resist the urge to use the GOAT golf ball at the Timuquana powwow, which I'm just lucky and fortunate as heck to be able to play the next 3 days. Tomorrow, listen, gang, just throw me a little bit of karma. Let's keep that weather away tomorrow. It doesn't look possible, but we shall see. But I don't want to put it in play. I'll knock it in the water or the woods. It'll be gone.
Or you use it the whole round and play a good round.
I could do that. You know what?
How often have you done that before? One ball, all 18.
I'm not. Listen, I don't hit it. I'm not. Look, the strength of my game is I don't hit it long. I don't spray it a ton. I've played.
Okay.
It's a joke, to be honest with you. And I'm not saying that I don't have my moments, but I have a running joke with one of my buddies. I played the same golf ball like 8-9 rounds in a row. Now, I'm probably playing a little bit better than I am now, but at that awesome golf course, my favorite golf course in Jacksonville, Timuquana, you can get it around. There's, you can get in trouble without losing the golf ball. Let's just put it that way. So anyway, I digress. Yeah, I'd like to start with this. It's a damn shame, but 12 years and $325 million just don't get it. Don't get you what it used to. The Dodgers are playing the Padres right now, gang. I didn't mention that yet. The evil empire, the Dodgers. Won game one yesterday. They rallied in the eighth inning, scored 4 in the eighth to win 5-2. Today they sent Yoshi Yamamoto. This morning they've sent Yoshi Yamamoto to the mound. Yamamoto is that free agent pitcher who came over from Japan and got a 12-year, $325 million contract with the billionaire Dodgers. It's the longest and most lucrative contract for any pitcher in Major League history. A grand sum total of 0 Major League Baseball appearances did not frighten the Dodgers in any way when it came to the competition for this international signing this offseason. So, Yamamoto has taken the mound in the top of the first in Seoul, Korea. And the Padres have plated 5. So, this is what 12 years and $325 million will get you these days. 1 inning pitched, 4 hits, 5 runs, all earned, a very sturdy ERA out of the gates of 45.00 for Yoshi Yamamoto. Now, look, certainly nerves, 1,000 other things could be what. Maybe Yamamoto's interpreter is the same dude that has a Shohei, and he's too busy worrying about his bank account. So Yamamoto certainly will have much better days. I mean, the experts and the scouts all predict greatness for this guy. There have been certainly a lot of Japanese pitchers who have come over through the years and proven that they belong on this stage. So he will have better days, but still, it feels like just a nice little dose of financial bitterness that the highest paid Major League Baseball pitcher ever, despite never pitching in Major League Baseball, has given up 5 earned through his first inning. That's a shame. That's too bad there, Yoshi. You know, you bring me the GOAT here, and golf's in trouble. You know, and we've known this. And listen, we all know what the motivations were for some of the top pros to jump to LIV. They were strictly financial. They were about growing bank accounts. They weren't about growing the game. They were about getting theirs. And listen, plenty of people in business have that cutthroat mentality. It's fine. It is what it is. Hold on. You want to pay me $250 million to come wear shorts and play 3 rounds a week, 12 times a year? Yeah, I'm in. Bye-bye, PGA Tour. You know, the sanctimonious growing the game and all the nonsense drivel that came out of their ink-stained mouths, notwithstanding. The irony here now is where golf sits is, boy, it has done the exact opposite of grow the game. It has splintered it so badly, and they have now alienated, I would say for my lifetime, the casual golf fan. They gone. They had enough of your silver spoon entitlement, you dodos. I know it doesn't matter. You got your money, and whatever. But golf suffers when the best guys don't all play together. When they're split by greed across the board, from those that manage them to those that they play with. And I don't think any of those guys on LIV who took their 40, 100, 200 million will ever bat an eye. They'll never feel an ounce of, accountability to the sport that ironically was, and this isn't a LIV rant. This is just a state of golf. I mean, spread the blame wherever you are. Wouldn't surprise me if a guy like Rory McIlroy has spoken out so vociferously in opposition, doesn't end up at LIV for his $800 million at some point. I just don't know. I bring this up because we just experienced, by those of us who have seen an awful lot of them. Granted, I wasn't on the grounds this year for the final 2 rounds. Well, we just experienced what we seem to think was one of the best players' championships of all time. Major winners battling down the stretch. Drama up and down the leaderboard. Big names from the first round to the last. It had every element. It had excitement. It had lip outs for ties. It had final round charges. It had the number 1 player in the world winning the Players back-to-back for the first time in tournament history. That was such a storyline, that we also lose sight of this. Oh, by the way, Scheffler also won back-to-back weeks on tour, winning at API, Arnold Palmer, a tough track and a good field, and then turning around and doubling up at the Players. Wow. I mean, it had every element. Beautiful weather. Right on schedule. You could have asked for a better showcase for what you have now on the PGA Tour. But it's pretty clear names like Wyndham Clark and Xander Schauffele and Brian Harmon aren't as intriguing to your casual golf fan as, say, John Rahm, Cam Smith, and Dustin Johnson in those same 3 spots. The latter have gone off to play in the middle of a forest. At least here in the United States. No one is watching LIV. No one is keeping up. And by proxy, they are losing faith in the sport overall. And to sit here in the home of the PGA Tour, it's hard to say that. And obviously, we have a relationship. I got a lot of good friends that work at and for the PGA Tour. Many of you out there do. The game's in trouble, man. The PGA Tour is toast. I mean, for what it was. For its enterprise. And I'm not an accountant. I don't know where the money is spread for a nonprofit and who's getting paid what and how much and whether the players feel like they were taken advantage of or weren't. I'm not an expert on any of those things. I do know from years of experience here how many millions of dollars go back into local communities who are fortunate enough to host a PGA Tour event. But the ratings were down from a year ago. You got the number one player in the world coming off a win in a highly promoted 50th anniversary of the players. And the ratings are higher than they were a year ago because it's just been one more year of drip, drip, drip. These dudes don't care about us, the fans. They don't care about anything with their bank account. I'm not watching anymore. And if you don't think these things have staying power, you're wrong. There have been drops in TV audiences that, not so coincidentally, sync up with other issues that have nothing to do with the sport. The only one that rides it out, no matter what, without repercussion, is the NFL. And people can get all fired up about either this work stoppage or that, social justice issue or this blah yada yada. But they always come back for the big boy, for the league, right? But baseball got big time damaged by the strike in the 94 season. Damaged. People left. I'm not going back, and haven't. Ratings have plummeted. NASCAR peaked its ratings in the late 90s and sold its soul to the corporate shiny world and left the dirt tracks of the South and forgot about their homegrown fan bases. Not realizing that the wine and cheese crowd, we're going to lose interest in this mud and oil sport soon enough. And it's now left NASCAR not stopping in some of its most famous and important homegrown stops. NASCAR's ratings won't ever get back to where they were then. The NBA, in the last 5 years, has seen the Los Angeles Lakers post the lowest finals ratings in history. The Lakers. Whichever side you stand on, I love my sports for my sports, and that's how I look at them. I don't. If athletes want to take stances, whether I agree or I disagree with them, I don't. It's not important enough for me to not watch them for what I'm watching them for, which is the sports. That apparently doesn't apply to everyone, and the NBA has struggled since all the strife in this country on the streets and on the message boards. Going back pre-COVID. So it matters. And even if it was meant to, quote, grow the game, if they believed what they were saying to grow the game, the irony is here is this split of golf has fractured the game beyond repair. And by the way, the only dude who's ever taken it to mainstream status doesn't play anymore. His name's Tiger. They're never going to watch Rory or Rahm. They're never going to care about Phil or Xander. They're never going to acknowledge Scheffler or Spieth as anything near to the draw and the phenomenon that Tiger Woods was and will never be again, not on a week-to-week basis. And now you've got a PGA Tour that's aligned with the SSG. It's a for-profit venture, gang. Golf is not going to stay in its current form. Tours are going to disappear. Networks are going to get out of their golf coverage. Tours are going to be bought. I see a golf future. I mean, the word on the street, by the way, is NBC desperately wants out of the golf game. NBC owns the Golf Channel. That puts the Golf Channel up there. What if Liv decides, I'd like to buy the Golf Channel. I'll pair them up with Sky Sports. We'll boom our product all over the world. What happens when Liv buys the DP Tour? Because guess what? The SSG, who has bought the PGA Tour, they're in it to make money, man. They own sports teams. This is not benevolence towards the game of golf. It's a money-making opportunity. It's a vision. And part of that vision is going to be paring down now. Champions Tours, Corn Ferry Tours. Careful. DP, the European Tour, most certainly will be gone, and LIV will probably buy that and will give their golfers the outlet to earn the world ranking points that suddenly, suspiciously, they're not really complaining about so much anymore because I think they know this is coming. So these negotiations right now between PIF and the PGA Tour side, I don't think it has anything to do. I think it just has to do with some sort of agreement of when the two will play together in the future. My point is, through all this, it might very well be too late. You don't have a Tiger to bring them back. And promote all you want Cam Smith's return to a playing field that includes Scott Scheffler or Brooks Koepka now competing against Rory McIlroy. It ain't no Tiger. It ain't going to matter. Got a football fix next. I still got Gabe Davis standing by. We're going to share some of his thoughts and comments. We got a really fun day planned for you today. I like days like this, content heavy with a lot of interesting news and sidebars. I apologize for walking down there in the golf. Didn't mean to. I do not apologize for the Dodgers, quote-unquote, ace giving up 5 in the top of the first. But as billionaire squads do, the Dodgers have scored 1 in the bottom of the first, have the bases loaded with 2 out. So, Musgrove, let's get it out here, baby. This is The Drill. It's Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 1010XL. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
And it's being brought to you by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Florida basketball now has their opponent for their first-round NCAA tournament game on Friday. That's going to be Colorado after the Buffaloes knocked off Boise State yesterday. Florida has opened up as a 1.5-point favorite, paying out at -115. Colorado at -104. Over/under at 160.5. Also on Friday, Florida Atlantic takes on Northwestern. FAU a 2.5-point favorite, paying out at -146. Northwestern pays at +122. The over/under at 141.5. NBA basketball tonight, the Magic, they are at home against the Pelicans. New Orleans a 2-point favorite, the over/under at 209. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley. This has been your action update on 1010XL.
Hey there, Jacksonville. With scorching temperatures just around the corner, it's crucial to ensure your AC is blowing nice and cool. Duck Air Conditioning is here to keep you comfortable all summer long. But don't wait until the heat gets here. Our service techs are ready right now to handle any cooling issues you may have at your home or business. Call Duck AC today at 904-862-6769 to schedule. That's 904-862-6769. Duck Air Conditioning. Online at duckduckac.com.
Get ready, get set, and go to the Ready, Set, Go sales event going on now at Arlington Toyota. Arlington Toyota is loaded with fresh, new Toyota inventory. And right now, you can get interest rates as low as 4.9% for 72 months on select new Toyotas. Plus, get credit help with Arlington's pre-approval program, and every new Toyota comes with Arlington's lifetime warranty. It's the Ready, Set, Go sales event in person, 10939 Atlantic Boulevard, and online at arlingtontoyota.com.
When it's time for the March Mania brackets to bust wide open. As I was saying, it's mad. The Mania of March at BetUS.com is all about those buzzer beat bonus offers. And when the madness starts and Cinderella man steps onto the BetUS always has your back with back-to-back 125% sign-up bonuses on your first 3 deposits and even 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS.com Sportsbook and Casino, where the game... Join today. BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, where the game begins.
Ready to spice up your Wednesday? Head to Players Grill for Wing Wednesday. Enjoy mouth-watering wings for just 75 cents each. Plus, make it a happy hour all day long. Cheers to unbeatable deals and good times. Players Grill, where the neighborhood meets.
1010XL kicks off the madness Thursday with XL Primetime at Bay Street Sports Bar and Grill at noon. Then the Frangie Show's live at Boston's in the River City Marketplace. Baloo and Hacker continue the party 6 till 10 at Mr. Chubby's in Fleming Island.
Imagine the perfect outdoor living space. A beautiful stone kitchen, waterfall, fire pit, pergola, stone walkway. Now there's one place to bring all of your design ideas to life. The Art of Natural Stone on Beach Boulevard and also by Bartram Springs.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
Divorce, menonly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to divorcemenonly.com. Divorcemenonly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
The Jacksonville Icemen continue their homestand Friday and Saturday as they battle the Greenville Swamp Rabbits in a key South Division matchup at 5-Star Veterans Memorial Arena. Game time, 7 o'clock. Catch the exciting family fun action as the Icemen continue their push toward the Kelly Cup playoffs. Get tickets at Ticketmaster, JacksonvilleIcemen.com, or call 904-602-PUCK. Icemen hockey is #FireWithin.
I'm Jeff Middlecoff with Trustline Mortgage. My business partners, Alan Tyre, Bill Pappas, and Ken Rimley, have been helping first-time homebuyers with their mortgage financing all over Florida for 34 years. First-time homebuyers can get no or low down payments, anywhere from 0 to 3.5% down. As a first-time homebuyer with Trustline Mortgage, you get added benefits for doing your loan with us, like lower rates on your mortgage insurance and lower closing costs. Oh, and did I forget to mention that Trustline gives first-time homebuyers better mortgage interest rates? Here's the bottom line. Trustline Mortgage wants to help first-time homebuyers accomplish your goal of home ownership. That's why Trustline Mortgage is offering the best first-time homebuyer benefits around, period. Trustline Mortgage delivers with no and low down payments, lower closing costs, and better interest rates. Call Trustline Mortgage today at 381-LOAN. Yes, 381-LOAN to find out how we can help you buy your dream home. Or visit our website at trustlinemortgage.com. Trust your instincts and follow the line to Trustline Mortgage.
Certain restrictions apply. See office for details. Trustline is an equal housing opportunity. MLS number 331480.
Hey sports fans, this is Hayes Carlyon for QC Kinetics. This is the time of year to enjoy life. Stop letting that pain in your joints keep you from doing what you love to do this spring. Call QC Kinetics now. Set up a free consultation. Call them at 904-274-5522. They've got 2 great locations, Mandarin and Ponte Vedra Beach. Go see them. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. I'm talking lasting joint pain relief with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. It's a fact. QC Kinetics is literally transforming lives. Their advanced treatments harness your own body's ability to restore and repair damaged joint tissue. Pro athletes have been doing this for decades, but now this life-changing treatment is available for you. So you can walk and run and climb stairs and play golf and move again pain-free. 904-274-5522. That's QC Kinetics. Call them today.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
He walked in, the referee missed it. Weber brings it into the front court. They have no timeouts remaining. Oh, he causes too many timeouts. That's a technical foul. He called a timeout. Michigan doesn't have any. He got by with a walk, and Jimmy calls a he calls a timeout. He doesn't realize that's Michigan's too many, and so it'll be a technical foul. North Carolina shooting and the ball. A huge mental mistake.
One of the all-time classics, one of the all-time boners in NCAA tournament history. That's Chris Webber. I can remember watching that game. Michigan had recruited what was known as the Fab Five. I feel like I'm saying this story now, and it's fun to do this for as many years as we have, because there are going to be a group of ears that hear me right now. This is going to be news to them. But Michigan, this would have been early 90s. I don't remember exactly which championship game that was. That was probably 92, maybe? Anyway, Michigan signed what was known as the Fab Five. I don't know where it ranks today in all-time recruiting classes, but was considered at the time an all-time recruiting class, and with good reason. Let's see if I can see what I can do here with the Fab Five. I'm drawing a blank. I know they had Chris Webber. Listen to this team, though. They had Chris Webber, all part of the same recruit. Chris Webber, Juwan Howard. Your guy on the lefty, the lean lefty, he's all over the place. His name's escaping me. Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose, Juwan Howard, Chris Webber. You had the dude Ray Jackson, and then Jimmy King, I think, was the fifth. Is that it? I think that's the 5.
That's the 5.
That's the 5.
Yep.
Huh? What year was that? Did he sign him? 90, 91?
92 season, 93.
Okay.
March Madness.
All right, there you go. I nailed it. So that and that Michigan team answered in every way except winning it all. Refresh my memory on the Fab Five and what they did. Did they go to the Final Four every year?
I believe so.
Yeah, they did, and they stayed. And again, man, this is not like back then. Those boys would have played 1 year and they'd been gone to the NBA.
Oh yeah,
all right. And it was fun. It gave you traction as a fan. And so yeah, those guys every year were really good, but they never won it all. Yeah, and ironically, Michigan had won it in 1989 before they got all those guys. That was like a Rue Neal Robinson, Glenn Rice team. Beat Seton Hall in the final with an interim coach. Steve Fisher had taken over for Bill Frieder in the middle towards the end of the year. We got a similar story from this year's March Madness that we'll share here in the March Madness notebook that I'm going to open up just a little bit later. By the way, Padres got out of that jam, so it's 5-1. Yamamoto got lit up in the first inning. He's got a couple runners on here in the second. He doesn't have a couple runners on. They've yanked him. 1 inning.
Dang.
I wonder if there's any kind of injury issue. That would be terrible. Nod, nod, wink, wink.
And that when Chris Webber called timeout, I never realized he traveled at first.
He had 2 mistakes. He traveled and it was stumbling around and left his pivot foot. He then called a timeout he didn't have, and it cost him a chance to win the game.
Wow.
There's always the implication of you think like he lost them the game, like they had a lead and he did this and they made but they lost their chance to win the game. And so yeah, that's just one of the many high and low lights. Listen, you get a lot of moments like that in these next couple days. This is when the madness really happens these 2 days. You get these inevitably a 10, 11, a 12, 9s. They're all going to win games. There'll be a handful of them that win. There'll be another 2 or 3 of those that pull another upset and go to the Sweet 16. Happens every year. The Googans ain't loving my Houston pick.
They ain't rocking with it?
They're not loving my Houston pick. But I will say this they're telling me, Houston. Their points are fair. So I'm not saying this argumentatively. I know what Houston is, gang. Thank you, though. I know what they are. I know that their Achilles heel is scoring the basketball. I get that. But I'm not going to base the entirety of my bracket hopes on the fact that Iowa State beat them 69-41 in their conference tournament. Guess what? Purdue lost in their conference tournament. Tennessee lost in their conference tournament. North Carolina lost in their conference tournament. They all have flaws. Because I also know this same Houston team that, quote, can't score only got 41 against Iowa State. They got 82 in a win over ranked Texas Tech. They got 76 in a 30-point win over Kansas. They scored 82 in a win over number 11 Baylor. I'm just looking at their ranked games. Teams against ranked. Here's another 77 against Texas Tech. Here's 75 against BYU. So, yeah, I mean, is that their Achilles heel? Can they go in a funk and not score the basketball? Sure. That is how Houston will get eliminated if and when they do. And by no means is my pick of Houston to win it all any sort of guarantee. I like the way they play defense. I don't know. I got a feeling about them. And that being said, watch them go out and lose, to Texas in game 2. Who knows for sure? Back to that Dodgers game, there's also this angle with Shohei Ohtani that he placed the bets, and they were his bets, and the translator made them, and he was covering them, and Shohei's attorney stepped in and said, no, not a good look. And the attorney, and now so the translator is the fall guy, which may be true. And then, by the way, then it's okay, listen, buddy, here's the deal. Yeah, you're going to take the fall. It was all you. We're going to fire you, and then go back to Japan. Here's $30 million. Be quiet. I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Okay.
Fire up the band, E. We got a football fix. Let me give you some news and notes around the National Football League. So, Here's my tease. Going to combine an NFL topic with a 1010XL personality.
Okay.
Taylor Dahl. I gave her a big raise, boy. Taylor Dahl is the kind of Chicago sports fan that always backs her team in what they do.
Oh, she live and die by
She
the
doesn't
Bears.
take the negative route. She doesn't bog down and, yeah, this could be a mistake, or, yeah, we're bad, or, yeah, we're dumb. She gets a little salty if you take that tact with her.
Saucy.
So even though she liked Fields and she's okay with going for Williams, she's not going to bog down in what she would do. She's just going to assume and hope for the best. That kind of fan, right?
Right.
Which is a good kind of fan.
Uh-huh.
So I delicately tiptoed around into Taylor to share with her a concern as a friend. I wasn't goading her, I wasn't trying to get a rise out of her, but I said, it just feels like the Bears have just stepped in another pile of karmic poo. Don't you just know that Caleb Williams ain't going to be what the Bears hope Caleb Williams is going to be? It sure feels like it, man. They used the number 2 pick on Mitch Trubisky. Had it very shortly without a second contract. Use a top 11 pick on Justin Fields, the flavor of the year that year, a really good player. Don't give him a full contract, and now they're going right back to the well for the number 1 overall pick, Caleb Williams out of UFC. Had his pro day yesterday. Is it at least somewhat disconcerting when an ESPN analyst and former pro quarterback himself, Dan Orlovsky, says it was, quote, underwhelming? Is that a problem? If you don't work out at the combine, you hold your pro day on home turf, and your session is viewed as, quote, underwhelming. There was always the option of either trading that first pick for a proven talent right now, or, I don't know, using it for yourself right now and making sure with Justin Fields. Maybe you fans are closer in line with what NFL teams actually think. The years of patiently waiting on quarterbacks and the right dynamic to emerge. And when it does, make sure you have a guy good enough to win or gone. Now it's like, bring you in. Here's 3 or 4 years. Move along. Justin Fields seems like there's still a ceiling there, E, that we haven't reached yet.
For sure.
It's not a great place to be a throwing quarterback. The weather and the cold, it's just miserable up there in Chicago. It is. I mean, that's... I bet you the Bears' single-season passing leader historically is less than any other team. You know what I'm saying? Like each team's career-high passing leader, in single-season passing leader all time. And if you ranked all the teams based on their guys' number, I bet you the Bears are certainly in the bottom 5. I know they've never had a 4,000-yard passer. And in today's NFL, in 16 games in the seasons... So that's where I've done it. I've combined Taylor Dahl with yesterday's news of the day. Last year, for example, 10 quarterbacks threw for over 4,000 yards, including Trevor Lawrence for the second straight year. The Bears in their history have never had a 4,000-yard passer. Not an easy place to play quarterback. And back to the initial point, Caleb Williams viewed, at least by one expert, as, quote, underwhelming. I think this kickoff change is going to come, don't you, E?
It's definitely coming.
It's that alignment that the XFL used. You line up downfield and 10 yards apart, 15, 20 yards apart. I don't even know what the specifics are. You can't move until the receiver catches the ball. Reduce those high-speed impacts. I'm interested to see some of the plays that come out of that.
Yeah, me too.
This ain't the XFL where you get together for 10 weeks and get it checked. It's the NFL. It's a year-long strategic machine. Somebody's going to draw up some throwback play, right? Also, I don't like this. Pretty soon, they're not going to allow you to tackle a guy in any way at all. He's going to wear a target. If you don't hit it, you're going to get penalized. Now it's the hip drop tackle. Let me explain this best I can. A running back is going around the corner. The linebacker's chasing him down. As he gets there, he just kind of slides and grabs him by the waist and takes him down. Come on, man. Every tackle is going to put a guy in peril, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem enough. I mean, you can't hit him low. You can't hit him high. You can't hit him in the head. You can't.
How would you expect Darius Williams to tackle Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
He's going to have to grab him and hip drop.
Don't disagree. Things are rough out in Arizona, man.
Oh, yeah?
It's tense. And by the way, if this name sounds familiar, it should. Sorry. I just messed it up. All right, so Terry McDonough. Remember the reporter Will McDonough?
Kind of rings a bell.
Will McDonough was an old school reporter from like the Boston. You know, that's basically all right, hold on. I got to get this exactly right. Will McDonough was a big time reporter back in the day, print reporter, close with Tom Coughlin. He was down for the J funds, I'm pretty sure, back in the old days. But his one of his sons, Terry McDonough, got into the pro personnel side, and I say the name should probably sound familiar because McDonough worked here in Jacksonville in 2009. McDonough was then terminated by Dave Caldwell 2013. The Jags had a miserable run during that time period. And I just bring this up because McDonough is back in the news and things are rough in Arizona. McDonough has been accused of choking a neighbor. Has an April 11th court date to answer simple assault charges. A neighbor reported McDonough chest bumped him and put his hands around his neck and tried to choke him while shouting obscenities and derogatory terms on March 12th.
That's anger.
It's an angry elf. The man added that McDonough, quote, has a history of volatile behavior, also publicized in national news related to a case he had with the Cardinals. He tried to strangle me unprovoked. Both me and my family do not feel safe. I was going to say, man, not in my backyard. I'm glad the Jags moved along and he's out there in Arizona choking and strangling and not here on the...
We don't need that on the
first coast. We don't need any of that. We got...
Don't want it, don't need it.
Don't want it, don't need it. That's Football Fix. You do want it, you do need it, and you're welcome. It's brought to you by the Jacksonville Sharks. Their season opens April 6th. We're going to have Coach Jason Gibson on with us April 1st to preview that big upcoming season. And as always, by the home course, the Jewelton Creek Golf Club. All right, we'll come back, reset the table for you. Don't forget, Fred Taylor coming up this morning, 8:25. We'll visit with a former Jaguars running back and much more. It's Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday. Thanks for listening in.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Don't answer that.
Yeah.
What's your name?
This is 1010XL.
What are you?
Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Imagine waking up this time next week and being 100% debt-free. No credit cards, no car loan, no personal loan. Hey, it's Prosser here, and Loan Pronto's Equity Express line of credit can make that happen. Homeowners are turning their home equity into cash almost instantly. With Loan Pronto's AI-based system, you can get approval in about 10 minutes with almost no documentation, no appraisal, and no hassle. You can get hundreds of thousands of dollars out of your home. Use that money to pay off all your other loans. The average homeowner saves over $850 a month doing this. Listen, your home value's way up. You can use that to wipe out all those credit cards, get some money for a home improvement. Literally hundreds of thousands are at your fingertips, and approval is just minutes away. So call now, 904-999-1508, 904-999-1508. That's loanpronto.com at 904-999-1508. NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, equal housing lender. Let me get this thing unwrapped here. Duval!
Surprise! Cross, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. Johns County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Daily's Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Daily's Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course.
Oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Daily's Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Daily's Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Spring lawn care can be a real pain in the grass. So don't miss the big Steel Spring event going on today at Ronnie's Repair Shop. It's just madness. Ask about in-store pricing on all Steel handheld equipment, including chainsaws, trimmers, edgers, blowers, and more. Whether you manage your own lawn or a lawn maintenance business, get over to Ronnie's today for their spring event featuring real Steel handheld equipment. Don't miss out at Ronnie's Repair Shop on Sunbeam Road and be there today.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, Director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 5-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now graduate making over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or no student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost are the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Apply by May 23rd.
Hey, this is Stevie Beechurst of Beechurst Plumbing. Growing up in Jacksonville, I was always proud when my dad would point at a building and say, "I did the plumbing for that." That's the same kind of pride we instill in every plumber here at Beechurst Plumbing. And that's the kind of pride you can expect when you hire Beechurst Plumbing for your home or business. Right now, we're doing New Year's specials to get your project going. To find out how we can help you, visit beechurstplumbing.com. BETROS plumbing.com. Beechurst Plumbing, here to help.
Here's another remarkable success story from QC Kinetics. This one from Chad, who hurt his knee at the gym one day, and it just kept on hurting for months.
From my high school football and wrestling days, I already had a little bit of damage in there, but this just sent it over the edge.
Chad tried traditional treatments with no improvement when he turned to the non-surgical regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics.
It was really fascinating how they did their work, and the science behind it was very intriguing, and it works. Extracting the cure out of my own body blew my mind. It's like I'm brand new again. It was fantastic.
That's because the QC Kinetics natural biologic treatments use your body's own healing power to restore damaged tissue in your hips, shoulders, back, and knees, providing long-lasting relief.
Now I'm back at the gym. I'm 100%, feeling great.
If you're tired of suffering with pain from arthritis or injury, call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by First Coast Honda Dealers. The Gators' first opponent in the NCAA tournament will be the Colorado Buffaloes, having defeated Boise State on Wednesday night. Head coach Todd Golden feels his team is tournament ready.
But these tournaments, we just won 3 games in 3 days. This team obviously has a good understanding of how to do it.
Several former FSU players are around for spring camp and met with the press on Wednesday, among them Braden Fisk, who made an impression at the NFL Combine.
Teams didn't know. I don't know if they didn't know. I don't think they knew to that level.
In the East Coast Hockey League, our Jacksonville Icemen were at home last night and squared off against the Travavere Lions. The Icemen pulled out the victory in overtime. The Icemen will next face the Greenville Swamp Rabbits on Friday evening at 5-Star Veterans Memorial Arena. Puck drops at 7 p.m. At your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, I'm Sam Nelson.
Currently it's 7:10 and it's 48 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
They go length of the court with Arcidiacono. 3 seconds at midcourt. Jenkins gives it to Jenkins for the championship. The national champions with Jenkins hitting the winner at the
I know who that is. I know that play. That's Chris Jenkins, Villanova. Pops off, elbow extended, top of the key. Boom. Who's that? North Carolina they beat? You watching it there?
Yeah, it's North Carolina. Yeah, that's true basketball vernacular. Elbow extended.
Yeah, elbow extended. Your chances, by the way, of getting your bracket. Everyone gets excited about the bracket. They fill in the brackets. I mean, here there's nothing but dread. There's doom. There's gloom. You just don't want to spin that wheel, right? But people fill out their brackets. There are all these $1 million contests. You want to make a bunch of money? Charge $1, okay, for a bracket contest where you will pay $5 billion if they get it right.
You're going to make some bread.
$1, you get in my raffle. If you have a perfect bracket, I will give you $5 billion. You know why?
When last time? Ain't nobody going to get on perfect bracket.
The odds of getting all 63 correct, a perfect bracket, the odds fall somewhere between 1 in 10 billion and 1 in 40 billion. So $1 in my contest, I'll pay you $5 billion. I wonder how many dollars you could amass, E.T.
I'm telling you.
Huh? I mean, the odds are long, right? Did you think they were way longer than winning Powerball?
No, I didn't think that.
So, yeah, good luck with your bracket. I wonder what the best bracket, I wonder documented, I'm going to look this up if there is such a thing. Let's see. The longest an NCAA, here we go. This is from this year. The longest an NCAA bracket has ever stayed perfect. The longest verifiable streak of correct picks in an NCAA tournament bracket is 49 back in 2019. An Ohio man correctly predicted the entire 2019 NCAA tournament into the Sweet 16, something that they've not seen in years of tracking publicly verifiable online March Madness brackets at all major games. Here's how long brackets have survived since 2014. I love the bracket, don't you?
I love it. I don't.
Teams that you don't watch, you haven't followed. You know, the Dayton's playing Nevada. You don't know. You don't know who's going to win Drake against whoever.
March Madness introduced me to John Morant. I didn't know who John Morant was.
There you go. Steph Curry.
Yeah.
There have been a ton through the years. But so I want to remind, again, the Hicken bracket, still no show, 713E. I need a bracket. I want to print all three of our brackets. I want to keep up with them, keep track.
Right.
I need his bracket. What's going on?
What's going on, Dano?
10 o'clock goes void. And not, we'll just use the one I turned in. Nope. No. This ain't our first rodeo. Brackets got to be in by end of show Thursday. Not noon, not tip off, not I sent it to someone else. Got to go verifiable through the coded source. And I know y'all out there, by the way. I see what you're doing. You're running to Dan's Twitter right now, aren't you? You're running to Dan's Twitter. Hey, Hick, they're talking about you on the radio. Don't forget to get your bracket in. See, I don't have that benefit, that bonus, or, quite frankly, that nuance and distraction. All right, back to it. You ready? This is cool. This is how long brackets have survived since 2014, last 10 years. Last year, the most successful one busted when number 16 FDU, every single one. FDU, Fairleigh Dickinson beat number 1 Purdue. It's only the second time a 16 beat a 1 in men's history. It came in the 25th game of the tournament. So last year, the 116 knocked everybody out. 2022, all brackets busted on the first Friday of the tournament when number 11 Iowa State beat number 6 LSU. In 2021, multiple monumental upsets had the perfect brackets all gone by the 28th game. Understand there are 32 games in the next 2 days. The first round is 32 games. So if you hear any number under 32, that means no one got the first round right.
Right.
Like the dude who had the longest, he got all the first round right, all the second round right, and then it went off. Before 2019, the longest streak of correct picks in a March Madness bracket was 39 games. That was in 2017. Then this guy, Greg Nigel, shattered the record. He had that challenge where he predicted the first 49. He busted in game 50 when Purdue beat Tennessee in overtime in the second game of the Sweet 16. Became the first verified bracket ever to pick through to the Sweet 16 correctly, and it remains right now. So let's see. 2018, nope, don't get through the first round. 2017, they got through 37, so made it into the second round, not quite Sweet 16. 2016, first round didn't get through. 2015, early second game of the second round, busted the last perfect bracket. And the longest up until 2017 was 36. So, yeah, I'll give you $5 billion. You give me $1. Fill out a bracket. If it's perfect, I'll pay you. How about that?
We might be on to something.
Huh?
We might be on. Notice I say we.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down. Let's go. We'll set it up. I was looking at this history versus the 12 versus the 5. I don't want to mislead y'all too much. I mean, as recently as 2019, 3 12 seeds beat 5s, okay? But in the last 4 tournaments, only 3 12 seeds at all. They had no 12 seeds won in 2020. Oh, there is no tournament. No 12 seeds won last year. No 12 seeds won in 2018. No 12 seeds won in 2015. And if that doesn't sound like, well, no big deal, well, it kind of is, because here's where it all started, the 12v5, You go back to 1985, the first time a 12 beat a 5, Kentucky beat Washington. And then this is how it progressed. It happened in 85, 86, 87, 89, twice in 90. 91, 92, 93, twice in 94. 95, twice in 96. 97, 98, twice in 99. Twice in 01, 3 times in 02. 03, 04, 05, twice in 06, twice in 08, 3 times in 09. 2010, 2011, twice in 12, 3 in 13, 3 in 14, 2 in 16. So, I mean, we were on a pace there where they won about as many as they lost. But of late, not quite as much. If you go back to the 2021 tournament, would show that would be, the last 3, this would be the 4th. There have only been 3 winners in, 12 matchups? So that 12-5 guarantee has not been quite the guarantee, but as I look through the history of this, I still think it's a pretty solid spot to start projecting your March Madness upsets. Florida is a 7 seed. They will open against Colorado, who finished 3rd in the Pac-12. Then went to the Pac-12 championship game. There they lost to Oregon. Last night they won the play-in game over Boise, 60-53. So the Gators will take on Colorado tomorrow afternoon, 4:30. You'll see that game on TBS. Colorado is dangerous. Like I said, they won 8 of their last 9 games. Now, the problem is in the Pac-12, you're not, it's hard to measure. It was not a good year in the Pac-12. They played number 8 Arizona. They lost by 20. They played number 10 Arizona. They lost by 47. They did beat, at the time, 15th ranked Miami early. They lost to number 20 ranked Colorado State out of conference. Colorado lost to FSU early in the year, but they've gotten better late. The problem is it's hard to measure exactly how much better they've gotten because they did not play ranked teams. The Pac-12 was, somewhat down. So we do know, though, at least that it will be Florida. Got the goat ball on the move in here. You got to get settled here.
The goat in motion.
Yeah. He hooked me up from the clubhouse out there of players. I got the goat hat. I got the goat ball. Let's goat.
Goat.
Florida's postseason history is really, really, really good. Really good. I mean, they haven't lost a first-round game in like their last, I want to say 7 or 8 appearances. I mean, they had that one stretch where they went to the Elite 8. Was it 5 years in a row? Now, they've missed the tournament a couple times, but they've been an NCAA tournament team, quite a lot since, believe it or not, Florida's first tournament appearance, I was in school. I was at college in Florida the first time they went. They never went until 1987. They never even went to the tournament until 1987. And after going, they went in 87, 88, 89, got progressively worse. They went to the Sweet 16, lost, and they lost in the second round. Then the next year they lost in the first round, and then probation came. Don DeVoe came. 94, Lon Kruger was there. They made a run to the Final Four where they lost to Duke. He took them back in 95. Then they had a brief respite, and then Billy, starting in 99, got him on a run. 99, 2000, 01, 02, 03, 04, 05. Back-to-back natties, 06, 07, back in 10, 11, 12, 13. Again in 14. These are all Elite 8 trips. Again, the Elite 8 with 2014 was the Final Four. Elite 8 again with Mike White in 2017. Back to the tournament in 2018 and won a game. Back to the tournament in 2019 and won a game. Back to the tournament in 2021 and won a game. So Mike White, in his time in Florida, took him to 5 tournaments and won a game in at least every tournament he appeared in. So as I go back now, Florida in 2021, they won at least a game. 19, 18, 17, 14, 13, 12, 11. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 in a row they've won at least the opening round game. And so I bring this up primarily because the opening round opponent is now set. Colorado wins that play-in game last night. I have today's Shazam Spotlight, and it concerns March Madness and a particular coach that if you're really a Gator basketball historian, you're going to know this name. This name is it hits for a variety of reasons. By the way, Padres now 9, the billionaire Dodgers 2. Yamamoto, the free agent acquisition, went 1 inning, gave up 5 runs. I don't know if there's some injury issues that are lingering there or not. I don't know what the total deal is there, but Yamamoto got absolutely blistered, and the Padres have jumped out to a big lead. So let's hope the Dodgers come back stateside 1-1. There you go. You're a 500 ball club. How's that money going? Anyway, just kidding. All right, so we got an intro. Here's the Shazam Spotlight brought to you by ShazamAuto.com. My friends at the Murray Ford Superstore, Stark and Kingsland. Truck guy. It had tremendous customer service. I loved my options. I love the way I've treated. I love the way I've been treated since I bought the truck now a year and a half ago. And just huge credit to the Murray Ford Superstore, Stark and Kingsland. By the way, I bought a number of vehicles through Murray, including down at just the Murray Superstore with other brands and models, pre-owned and otherwise. So Murray Ford Superstore has you covered in every single way possible when it comes to your car or truck buying experience. All right, Gator fan, I'm going to throw a name at you. And I want you to see if you can identify who this is. You got to be a Gator basketball fan. If you're a Gator basketball fan, if you're a college basketball fan, in fairness, you'll remember this name. He's not been the guy who has reaped all of the publicity of what has become a college basketball power, but was there in the beginning. His name is Dan Monson. Y'all remember the name Dan Monson?
No, you got me.
Okay, Dan Monson was the coach of Gonzaga when they beat Florida in the, gosh, I just had it up there. Was it the Sweet 16? In Billy's very first NCAA tournament. Florida played Gonzaga. There was a famous play, Casey Calvary. He went over his back. He was over his back, gang. I went over the back for a tip-in, and Florida lost a heartbreaker to Gonzaga. And that kind of pushed from that point forward. Gonzaga just kept getting better and winning and has since, changed coaches. But Monson was the coach of that first Gonzaga team as that program started getting built and one that beat Florida. He's since bounced around. He left Gonzaga. I think he went to Minnesota. As it turns out, Gonzaga has become as big a basketball power as just about any of those Power 5 teams. But I think Monson went to Minnesota. It didn't work there. And then as it happens, you kind of lost touch with him. So little did I know that Dan Monson has been the coach at Long Beach State in California and has now become one of the best stories around March Madness. Long Beach State fired Monson The Monday before the Big West Conference tournament, they allowed him to continue coaching out the string. Long Beach had lost 5 straight. They were 18-14, 10-10 in conference play. Obviously, the school didn't expect much out of the squad. They were playing their worst basketball of the season. And, well, look what happened. They went on a run. They won the Big West Conference title. So a fired coach, Dan Monson, will lead Long Beach State University into the NCAA tournament in March Madness. And it left us with an interesting press conference yesterday. He's coaching a team in the first round against a number 2 Arizona. He's enjoying the moment. I mean, your boss tells you you stink, and then you go out and immediately prove him wrong. He opened his press conference with a pretty good line. I don't have to answer anything I don't want to because I'm working for free today. Is that an opening statement? Is that it? So what else we got going on? So he has a sense of humor about the position he's in right now. After AD Bobby Smitherman informed Monson he would be fired, he continued to work. In fact, he held a film session with his team after telling them the news. The season wasn't over just yet. I said, look at the first defensive clip, guys. We close out short here. The guy's wide open. We don't get a contest. These are the kind of plays that would get a coach fired, he said, and the room broke up. As for the week after losing his job and winning the conference tournament and advancing to March Madness, it's been awesome. I reflected this week that I don't have a job, but I don't need one. I got everything I've got, my family, my players, my friends. It's been a life-changing week. So if you want to root for Long Beach State University, maybe just to stick it to the man, then maybe Dan Monson is your guy. And yeah, again, the Shazam Spotlight brought to you by ShazamAuto.com. All right, let's come back and span the globe of sports and news and information. We call it infotainment and a 10-minute drill, and it's next on a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday.
Now, Downtime with Dan, brought to you by Ameris Bank, voted a top place to work in Jacksonville. Whether you need help with business, personal, or mortgage banking, we're with you. Ameris Bank is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Well, they went from sort of everybody's team they don't want to play in the tournament to now, well, we'll have to wait and see. Look, the Gators had a great run in the SEC tournament, but they've had 2 interesting developments, I think, during that tournament. One, Micah Handlockton, obviously with a broken leg, he won't be available. And 2, what has happened to Riley Kugel? I mean, the kid doesn't play. All of a sudden, the depth that Florida has shrunk quite a bit. I mean, Condon and Howe and those guys, they're good basketball players. But Handlockton was one of the best offensive rebounders in the country. And Kugel, he's an enigma. I don't know what's happened to him. Nobody seems to know. It'll be interesting to see what Florida's able to do in the tournament. They open play Friday at 4:30.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Are you looking to make a move? Whether you're buying your first home or your forever home, at Ameris Bank, we'll help you get the keys in your hand. Our local mortgage bankers will guide you through the process, from choosing the right loan to closing on your new home, and everything in between. We even offer down payment and closing cost assistance to eligible first-time homebuyers. Visit amerisbank.com/mortgage to learn more and find a mortgage banker near you. Ameris Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans subject to credit approval.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Did you hear what's happening? Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are spring cleaning. New inventory on the ground means we need to make more room. Take advantage of huge savings on thousands of vehicles priced to sell. New and pre-owned prices have been reduced, and all sales associates have been instructed to give maximum value on all trades. But you better hurry, the best deals go first. Head to Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville to take advantage of our spring cleaning sale. We're here to wow you.
The Jacksonville Icemen continue their homestand Friday and Saturday as they battle the Greenville Swamp Rabbits in a key South Division matchup at 5-Star Veterans Memorial Arena. Game time 7 o'clock. Catch the exciting family fun action as the Icemen continue their push toward the Kelly Cup playoffs. Get tickets at Ticketmaster, JacksonvilleIcemen.com, or call 904-602-PUCK. Icemen Hockey is #FireWithin.
I'm Taylor Rose with our Remedy Staffing Westside office off of Normandy Boulevard. We are helping great people find great jobs. Remedy has helped some of the best employers in Jacksonville find talented job seekers like you for over 25 years. Our current job openings range from entry-level distribution center pickers to equipment operators. Apply today at remedygoodjobs.com. Don't wait. Apply at remedygoodjobs.com now.
Add an ace to your Tuesday morning.
The third ace in 4 days.
Brunch with a tour.
Tour news, tips, and inside info.
Brought to you by Clearwater Irrigation and Art of Natural Stone.
8:30 Tuesday morning on 1010XL.
Baloo here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Care you can see.
It's March basketball. That means a host of top teams will be competing for the NCAA title. When it comes to commercial painters, there's also some healthy competition out there. Jason Parker with Performance Painting. To help you know the right questions to ask any painter competing for your business this year, visit performancepaintingjacks.com. Or if you're ready for a friendly quote, give us a call and ask about our free pressure wash promotion for your next project. Performance Painting, quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance painting.
Are your kids ready to play this summer? Come check out the Y. Summer is a time for kids to explore new things and expand the limits of their imagination. At the Y Summer Camp, every day is a new adventure. Kids can learn about STEM, arts and humanities, athletic sports, outdoor games, and more. Registration is now open, but space is limited, and spots are filling up quickly. Learn more and find your adventure at fcymca.org. Search Summer Day Camp.
Your cooling system isn't working. Maybe somebody showed up with a portable electronic device. Then they discussed with you what your options are. Maybe they gave you an estimate that seems like an awful lot of money. What's the smart thing to do? When the situation merits a second opinion, get a Mike Merritt opinion. Yes, the Mike Merritt Comfort Team shows up with hand tools. We've never been able to fix an air conditioning problem with a tablet. Mike Merritt has been the trusted name for more than 30 years because there's never any hocus pocus. The Merritt team will walk you through the diagnostic steps up close and personal and show you exactly what you need. And the Mike Merritt price is likely to be far less because there's never an overtime charge, and the Merritt team doesn't work on commission. So remember, when it comes to the health of your cooling system, a second opinion can only help, and a Mike Merritt opinion can save you money. Florida license CACO 50384.
Jeff Prosser here. Need that garage floor redone? Pool deck? Patio? Well, I did my homework and found out there's only one company offering a lifetime warranty, Jack's Concrete Coating. How do they do it? They're the certified Pintech dealer for North Florida, so they are the only company offering pure polyurea. Trust me, I can speak firsthand to their work, and it is awesome. Go to jacksconcretecoatings.com or call 904-862-2000.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
E, you want to rock? He says, yeah. You want to rock right now? He says, yeah. Welcome back to the drill. Time for the 10-minute drill. It's some of the highlights from around the sports world. Well, the Dodgers apparently went to the concession stand, rolled out $8 million in crisp $100 bills, and bought a few runs that last inning. So it's now 9-6. Apparently they went to the concession stand there in Korea. They bought 4 runs for $8 million. They just throw it around. So yeah, they'll never be out of the game. Just buy yourself back in it.
Speaking of those Dodgers, Jeffrey, man, this whole Shohei thing with his interpreter, his best friend.
Yes.
So a couple of things are coming out. So apparently, the interpreter did a full interview with someone out there, and where he explained, hey, I got into some trouble. He told Shohei. Shohei was very upset, But Shohei was like, all right, yeah, I'm upset, but Shohei would take care of it. And then so the way they found out was because it was paid out under Shohei's name.
Correct.
But if you think about it also, that's believable because why would somebody, like if I knew you were in $4 million worth of debt, I wouldn't just hand you $4 million. Let me just go ahead and take care of that. But then it came out as, no, that might not be a good move. Everything was a lie. So all of this is crazy. So
I think they threw him under the bus and they paid him. I think that's what happened. I think Shohei paid for his buddy's gambling debt, and then that, by association, puts him in the gambling world of Major League Baseball. Because the other side, if you take it a step further, there's also rumor, innuendo, complete sports radio fodder, non-truth. Please don't come after me, Shohei's attorneys. But that, the guy took the hit for Shohei. There's also that little potential dirty secret out there. So
remember a couple years ago at the NFL symposium, it was either Chris Carter or Michael Irvin. They said something to the nature of you got to have a fall guy.
Yeah, it was Chris Carter. Yeah. Yeah. He was speaking more to like the young guys coming. Probably not the best advice for the young guys coming into the league, but in this case, perhaps dude was just that, the fall guy.
There's some booming stuff going on in college football, man.
Listen, it doesn't feel like the ACC is going to survive.
I know.
I mean, when Clemson and FSU, and I saw the latest is yesterday Clemson has officially joined FSU, and that this is ridiculous. This to get out fee, I don't know the legal verbiage, right, that applies in this case, but, basically you have these – the conference builds in these penalties, financial penalties, if you break the contract that you signed for the length, the duration, and the ACCs, according to the schools, are exorbitant. And in fairness to Clemson and FSU, the game has changed, man, since whenever they re-upped. But FSU and Clemson won out really bad, and I don't know if it's going to come to the point that another league helps bail them out, or if they got to pay it all and sit a year or two if they don't get part of the I don't know how it will work, but there's becoming more and more speculation that the ACC will just collapse and crumble. And wow, kudos Big 12. I mean, the Big 12 was the one that was going to go the way of the Pac-12, right? The Big 12, we saw them lose. They lost. First Arkansas, and then Texas A&M, Colorado, Nebraska, Oklahoma, and Texas. Yet they brought in Houston, and certainly we're learning in basketball how valuable that is. UCF will grow along with that conference. So the question then becomes, who from the ACC survives and is wanted enough to go to either the SEC, the Big Ten, or the Pac-10, or the Big 12. And I read a column. It's interesting you bring it up. I'm glad you did. I read a column that polling ACC insiders, people at these spots, and also talking to representatives within other leagues, just where is it most likely that teams will fall? And I found it interesting that FSU is considered Big Ten, right? That FSU, what I saw had the SEC picking up Clemson, North Carolina, Virginia, and Virginia Tech. It had Miami going to the Big 12. It had FSU going to the Big 10. And to be completely honest, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly where the other ones fell. If others, I'm sure others got invites somewhere, but that still leaves a lot. And what if you're one of these teams that left the Big East playing basketball to join the ACC, and now, boy, you're just stuck with nothing. You're Pitt. You're Boston College. You could have, jumped somewhere better. Yeah. Like Pitt now, and, would make sense in the Big 10 with Penn State, or even in the Big 12 with West Virginia. So what's going to happen if, like, those 5 or 6 get spots, then what happens to the rest of them? But FSU and Clemson are feel like they're positioned to remain college powers, and it's all right now about that tournament, right? It's about that playoff. College football is the king of college sports, just as the NFL is king of professional sports. And these schools don't want to sit knowing they're just as valuable a piece of property as Tennessee or Florida or Texas. Maybe not Texas, and yet they're going to be stifled by a league that they'll never get to reap those rewards. We gone.
Meet.
So we'll see how We'll see where, if and where it falls. I personally, you play FSU every year, put them in the SEC as far as I'm concerned. And ultimately, what's going to happen here with these conferences? You're not a conference anymore if you got 24 teams.
Yeah.
You got to, or you're a conference where your team. I mean, it's kind of silly. It's just pro sports, man. From the NIL, I got a pop quiz for you coming up later, an NIL pop quiz. I won't do it right now, but just from the NIL to this portal to all this money that they're making to now, understand that why conferences exist in college sports. Let me take you way back to, I don't know, what seemed at the time a sensible idea. Conferences existed because it matched up teams in a geographical area where it made sense for travel and fans and otherwise to stay within those borders. So the Big Ten, they're all in that circle. The SEC were all in that circle. The ACC was in that little Tobacco Road is what it was. Pac-12, Pac-10 was the West Coast. The Southwest Conference and the Big Eight took care of that Midwest. It's asinine. You got Stanford playing in the ACC. Huh? You got West Virginia playing in the Big 12. You got teams just all over the place. So the idea of a conference back in the day was 8 teams. It meant something. You had fierce rivalries. You played everyone every year. These conferences, the way they're going, where they're building to, they can have 20, 24 teams. What does that mean? Are you not going to see? Is it going to be like the NFL? Some teams you only see every 3 years? You got to have to break it down into divisions. And by the way, 2 12-team divisions, that's not going to settle anything. So really, you're going to have to go either like 4, 6 teams or whatever it is. Now, how do you decide who your conference champion is, or do you even bother? So there's a lot of change coming. And by the way, on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, Virginia is a Big Ten team more than FSU. I don't disagree. I don't disagree that look, for me, you put the football playing mutters in the SEC. FSU and Clemson come to the SEC. The rest of y'all go, with your ivy covered, bell towers and go on to the Big Ten. Knock yourself out. SEC don't need nothing from North Carolina and Virginia when it comes to football. In basketball, you feel like it's just an accoutrement. It's not even, at some point, do basketball and football split? Are you in different conferences for different leagues?
Right, yeah.
Who knows? But certainly a lot of change coming in. The news is that FSU now has somebody in the foxhole with them. Clemson is now as official as FSU. We want out, man. Y'all figure this out. Don't make me sue you. All right, we got a lot more to get to here. We left on the table there, but that was a good question. It was top of mind. I had forgotten about reading that just yesterday, so I'm glad you brought it up. We got Kevin Murphy next. Now, listen, this was a good one today. We pulled back the curtain on the Casa de Murphy. Okay, ooh. and I'm gonna point an accusatory finger at a potential correlation between a major storyline at this week's Players Championship.
Okay.
Doc, right? Doc's now looking at me through a kind of a clenched smirk. Well, I always look and see if the forearm muscles are twitching. They're twitching. You got issues. They seem to be calm, so I think we're okay to this point. We got some razzle-dazzle-y?
Oh, yeah, we got a Bernie grill.
Oh, tighten them up with some Bernie.
Single-use, self-burning, portable grill made from 100% alder wood. All you got to do is holler at your boy.
I got one of those. I got it at the Guggen last year as I showed off my putting prowess in the putting contest. So I got one of those Bernie grills, and they're fantastic. Like if you have at the beach maybe, or just going to a single grill, like you said, you go camping or whatever. Yeah, it does its thing for sure. So, all right, come kind and come courteous, and E will hook you up there. We're back with Doc Kevin Murphy inside the injury report. But so much more this week. You're listening to The Drill. It's a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
1010XL is multimedia. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube.
You can't buy this kind of media exposure.
1010XL, maximum media exposure.
Imagine driving a late model Corvette, BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, Honda, Chevy, Ford, and more, all at a fraction of the original sticker price. Visit Vaughn Motor Group's indoor showroom and browse a great selection of dream cars that are inspected with warranties. Before you make your next auto purchase, check out Vaughn Motor Group on San Jose Boulevard or at vaughnmotorgroup.com for a complete inventory listing. If you can dream it, you can drive it at Vaughn Motor Group.
Patriot Roofing Services, specializing in all types of commercial and residential roofing and repairs, gutters, sun tubes, skylights as well. 10-year workmanship warranty, financing available, military and senior citizen discounts, no subcontractors. Mention this ad at the time of the estimate and receive $500 off any new re-roof. Call Mark today, 982-4052, 982-4052, licensed and insured.
Is your AC system showing signs of wear and tear? Get ahead of your AC system replacement before the summer with JTM Comfort Services. Nothing worse than coming home on a hot summer afternoon to find your AC had stopped working. Don't get caught when the heat becomes unbearable. JTM Comfort Services will replace your failing system fast. Take advantage of the pre-summer special of $1,300 back on a new system.
Your comfort is our name. Call my dad to keep him in the game.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
The offseason rolls on with Tire Outlet and 1010XL.
Just so you know, we're putting together a football team. Love you to join.
Coverage of NFL free agency on 1010XL is brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing and Superior Fence and Rail.
Hey, certainly facing some interesting economic times. I can't speak for all of us, but comforting for me to know my money's in good hands with ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. I'm not an expert when it comes to investing, higher interest rates, 401ks, SEP IRAs. You tell me. I found guys I can trust, and I know I trust them because as I move closer to retirement, my money grows, and that's because of Chris Bryant, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, and Reed Wingate. And not just me, from Junebug to Drew, 3 generations of Hickens invest at ITP Partners, and they listen and give us each individualized strategies where our goals are the priority. Financial need or question, Chris at ITPpartners.com or call 312-9751. That's 312-9751. ITP Partners, my financial partners for life.
Race into Gate for big offers. By big, we mean great deals on Red Bull and a chance to win tickets to the big race coming to Miami May 3rd through 5th. Buy 2 8.4-ounce cans of Red Bull, get one free. And if you're a MyGate Rewards member, you are automatically entered for a chance to win race tickets. Not a member? Download the Gate app and sign up today. See store for details. Go from good to Gate.
The 2024 NFL season is approaching fast, and the Jaguars are celebrating their 30th season. Be at the bank for all the big plays and big moments of this milestone year by locking in your season tickets now. With packages for every budget and exclusive perks throughout the season, there's no better time to become a season ticket member. Be at the bank for every touchdown and secure your seats by going to jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000 today. We'll see you at the bank.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about not looking at the rear-view mirror of unforgiveness. It's so easy to keep looking in the past when someone has hurt or offended us. What we don't realize is that if we keep looking at the rear-view mirror of anger, it will cause us to miss out on the good things that God has in store right in front of us. Friends, looking in the rear-view mirror of the past will never give you peace in the present.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
Yo, it's your boy E.T. And if you're still in the market for a sportsbook to call home, bet that nonstop action of the madness with MyBookie. MyBookie is your one stop for all your sports betting and casino needs, complete with real-life Vegas experience right from that cellular device of yours. Take your viewing experience to the next level with real-time live betting that lets you stream and bet the games right from the comfort of the crib. Sign up now and take advantage of the generous welcome bonus on your first deposit, all the way up to $1,000. Put in $200, get $3. Ready to play instantly using promo code 1010XL. And the fun don't stop there. You'll get up-to-the-minute odds, props, and this week's expert predictions to help you dictate where to put that cash at. And the best part about MyBookie, you can bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Come on, somebody.
After consulting with several orthopedic specialists about my constant knee pain, I chose Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and Dr. Chris Swanson to handle my surgery. Their professionalism let me know this team was the one for me. The surgery was very successful, and if I ever have a future need, I'll continue to trust Southeast Orthopedic Specialists to take care of me.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists is not affiliated with the NFL or the Jacksonville Jaguars. Discussion regarding injuries is solely based on opinion. Coming up, the weekly Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Medical Report featuring Dr. Kevin Murphy, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon specializing in sports medicine, upper extremities, and arthroscopy of the shoulders and knees. Dr. Murphy is a nationally and internationally recognized orthopedic expert. He's a former orthopedic consultant to the White House and the Pentagon, and currently serves as head team physician for UNF, the Jacksonville Icemen, and Northeast Florida area high schools.
All right, now, my guy, again, you got to drag it out of him. And it'll take 6 years and countless open-ended conversations until you learn that he ran a 5K with George W. Bush and ran it backwards. Okay, it'll take forever to get it. You'll work with a guy for a year to learn that he played football at Army, another year that he actually started and played at Army, and then by year 4 or 5, you'll learn that he intercepted Dan Marino and Doug Flutie while he's there, right? Not exactly like overflow. He's not effusive in the, hey, here are my great stories. Just add another one to the Forrest Gump local orthos. This box of chocolates included the number one player in the world bunking at your crib this weekend, huh, Doc?
Yeah, we had, my wife thought this was a great idea, go through the PGA and rent the house out for the tournament. So we were out from the Friday before the tournament through Monday after.
And it just so happened that the luck of the draw, the player that was assigned your humble abode was one Scotty Scheffler.
Yes, it was.
Now, this is where it gets this is where this is where it gets a little awkward.
All right.
Now, I mean, Doc, you got pillows over there at your place or anything, man? You got a throw pillow or my guy Scotty Scheffler. I mean, it looks like his injury is sleep related to me. I got him hobbling around the players with a neck injury. He's got tape all over it. I'm just saying.
I do recall him having an interview where he said he injured it on the course.
Okay,
so I think I'm off. Yeah, I think my pillow. Not that it's a My Pillow, but I don't have one of those. But I think the pillow he was sleeping on was
you're saying My Pillow is in the pillow that you own.
Yes,
right,
was not actually involved in this scenario.
Okay, so good. All right, so we're good on that. You did not cause Scotty Scheffler's injury, but he did indeed stay at your house. You probably, when it's someone that's that high profile, you're like sworn to secrecy. You got an NDA or something. I mean, in all seriousness,
well, it's not an NDA, but in the contract they say don't disclose who it is. We knew who it was, but we weren't supposed to say.
Okay.
I don't want people driving by in the boat and taking pictures of them putting on my putting green in the back.
Sure.
What if you needed to go back home and grab something, Doc? Could you do that?
No.
Oh, dang.
No. Which, you think you grab everything. Was one pack of contact lenses short of what I needed. So that was a problem.
Well, congratulations to Scotty. It was the home field advantage of Doc Murphy.
We'll take credit for the win.
Of course,
not for the neck. But we'll take credit for the win.
As you should. All right, Doc. When I see a guy go down, it's funny how squeamish hits different for different people. Like you can see some things and they don't bother me. I could literally see an open wound, on a man's forehead with his brains hanging out, and it wouldn't make me squirm like seeing a dude roll his ankle or snap his leg. And so Micah Hanglotten, the center for Florida, he broke his leg in a just an ugly. I guess is this the quote compound fracture because it looked like it, tore through his calf. He was bleeding out of his calf. What doesn't that indicate that it's punctured the skin there? So
absolutely.
I don't want to go, project that far. Is this a career-ending injury when you break the bone in half? Does that make it harder to come back? Does it make it easier? What's the difference in that injury versus, a more typical simple fracture?
So that fracture is what we call now an open fracture. They used to call it a compound fracture, but it's open, broke through the skin. So the problem with that, there's an increased risk for infection because now it's exposed to the environment and you can get bacteria in there. So that's the biggest concern. The fracture itself, that heals predictably well. So you put what's called an intermedullary rod, where it's a metal rod you pound down in there and line the bone straight up, put a couple screws on either end of it. That heals predictably well. So that'll heal in 6 weeks, 3 months. It's good. 6 to 9 months, he's fine.
Okay, so if it completely breaks in half or whatever, it's not any more perilous than otherwise. You're still dealing with that same time frame. And moving forward, are there any concerns moving forward?
So the concern short-term or infection.
Yeah, you said that, and that
that's
makes
the
sense.
biggest concern.
Would we know that already, or are you still on alert for that?
Oh no, that's over the next month. You're worried about that.
Okay.
You can get compartment syndrome, where the bleeding and swelling in the lower leg occurs, and it has nowhere to go, it can't expand, and so you can have problems with the muscle can die because of that. That's something they'll watch in the short run here after they fix it and deal with that. But beyond that, once the short-term problems with the infection are past, the bone will heal predictably well, and he should be back without real issues.
All right.
Much better to do that than rupture your patella tendon. Even Achilles is worse than breaking the bone in the middle of your tibia.
Well, that's good news because that's a wonder to me.
They look bad.
Your instinct would think if it's broken in half, it's going to be harder to get it, repaired to full completion than if it's not. But so good for him to know that's the case. And Florida's certainly going to miss him. Not going to downplay that. I think people are really casually dismissing the loss of their best offensive rebounder, one of the best offensive rebounders in the entire country, a true 7-footer that. I think I saw that Florida hasn't had a 7-footer since Dwayne Shinsis. So this is a big part of what they do. Florida's strength is offensive rebounding. That's their identity. And to lose your best of that just because he's not a scorer, I think Gator fans get a little bit too comfortable, especially if Condon and or Samuel get in foul trouble, which is, apt to happen when you get into these NCAA tournament games. So, you knew there'd be no chance he played, right? Obviously, he snapped that leg the other day, but you would have at least hoped that that it wouldn't be any worse than some other kinds of injuries. So, I was glad to hear that. We're getting to the stage of the NBA season where guys are just sitting, right? You get a hamstring tweak or twinge at this point. So, but the big one is really in the NBA. It continues to be, and I've said this before. I almost wish you could balance a guy. They've even changed the rules, but if you balance a guy not playing with his MVP status, like the difference between the Sixers when Joel Embiid plays and when he doesn't it's got to be as remarkable as any player in the league. And we're still waiting for the now 30-year-old Joel Embiid to get back from injury, but he had an injury update his coach did just yesterday. Now, Embiid went to the floor against the Warriors way back on January 30th. He then had a procedure early February, meniscus in his left knee. I can only imagine the bigger you are, the harder you fall, and the longer it takes to feel comfortable.
Well, again, whenever we talk about these meniscus surgeries, you say, he had his meniscus repaired. Well, in all likelihood, he had part of it trimmed.
Right, by the way, been there, done there. That's the extent of my most, in-depth surgery, but I've had that one, and so I do know that it
Yeah, in the recovery, it smarts a little bit. It swells, and if you're up on it too much, it swells. But the bigger issue is a lot of these big guys from the impact have damage to the end of the bone cartilage, the articular cartilage. So they have some early arthritic changes that are found as well. And while you're in there, you smooth that out. That tends to make the swelling and the discomfort after the surgery a little more prolonged. And so it's not unlikely that it's going to continue to swell and be problematic when he pounds it, even up to, a couple months.
Okay, so we learned that you jacked up Scotty Scheffler's neck. Joke. Total joke. Doc's like, okay, enough with the neck jokes. He just won. Perhaps the tour should require him to have a neck injury before he plays every week because he beat the best in the world anyway, or at least the best that were eligible for the players. So is this the kind of thing that is this simple what we all get? You just kind of pinch it wrong. It was some move. It's not always sleep. For me, it's more often, driving in the car and then, reaching back across my buddy to grab something out of the back seat or something. All it takes is certain movements to impinge on something, right? Is that what he's dealing with, you think?
Well, we kid about it, but you change your pillow, it certainly could affect you.
Yeah.
The way you sleep.
You think
and
those guys
your neck's stiff and whatever, as we talked about. I would assume he brings his own pillow, but who knows? But,
okay.
If he didn't or whatever, it's certainly different circumstance could cause your neck to be uncomfortable. But, it seemed to be muscular in that they used some tape, the KT tape stuff, to give him relief. So he had treatments at the house multiple times, and it didn't sound like he had any nerve issues going down his arm. So it seemed to be a muscular strain thing that they were able to really correct with simple treatments with therapy and some tape.
Well, dude's won $8.5 million the last 2 weeks. He can take a couple of weeks off. 4 at API, another 4.5. We talk about him repeating it to players. It probably wasn't trumpeted enough. The dude also just won back-to-back on tour week to week. That also rarely happens. We'll see what happens next time he takes the course. We got the news the Friday before the Players. So after we talked to you last week that Tiger Woods was not going to, or 2 weeks ago that Tiger was not going to be in the field. Does that tell you anything about his injury, or do you have to know his mindset more than that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to know. He has so many things from his back to his leg that could be an issue for him. So it's tough for him. And I think, as we said, he's reached his steady state now, and that's just going to be the way it is. He's going to be able to play sparingly, and he's not going to be able to play on a regular basis.
I would think probably Augusta, though, in April. All right, Doc, anything else?
We're good, boys.
All right, my man. That's Doc Kevin Murphy, best in the business, Southeast orthopedic specialist, and taking us inside the injury report each and every Thursday. We'll see you next week, Doc.
Thanks, buddy.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. The beach is calling, and she must go. Lauren Brooks.
Okay, that's not creepy.
Afternoons on The Franchi Show
Can you just back up a little bit?
on 1010XL.
I'm not a bikini waxer.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Lauren Brooks here from Mayport CNC Fisheries. Growing up at the beach, I know good shrimp and oysters when I see them. They're local and they're fresh. That's why Mayport CNC Fisheries is my go-to for both. They have local shrimp in stock 7 days a week. Eat like a local at Mayport CNC Fisheries.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700, offices Jacksonville, Florida, and don't let the state decide your fate.
When is the best time to buy a Yamaha Wave Runner? Right now. Make a splash this summer on a new Wave Runner from Ride Now Power Sports. No matter how you like to ride, Ride Now Power Sports has the model to fit your style. And for a limited time, receive a 5-year extended warranty on select new Yamaha Wave Runner purchases. Maximum fun, now with maximum protection. Only at Ride Now Power Sports in Jacksonville, 6407 Landing Boulevard, or online at ridenowjacksonville.com.
Hey, it's time, basketball bettors. March Mania. Hicken here to tell you about BetUS.com. I endorse one sportsbook and casino, BetUS. I've been driving that ball to the basket for 30 years. This year, BetUS has an epic three-pointer for you. 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Yep, 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Plus, 10% gambler's insurance. Get started. Visit BetUS.com or give them a call. 1-800-MY-BETUS. BetUS. It's where the game begins.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and I always tell you, hey, what's hot on the street, but what is hot on the water right now?
We've got some big news from Honda. They have a boat coming out, and much like they did with their jet, they went out and partnered with an industry leader in Scout Boats. It's making the hull for them, but everything else in the boat is all Honda.
So you're talking in the next handful of days and weeks, we will see Honda on the water at your showroom.
It'll be on the showroom, and it'll be ready to go.
So log on to cyclesofjacksonville.com. They are in the marine business with Honda. Keep track of it right there on Atlantic near Regency.
Are you tired of living with constant pain from torn ligaments or nagging tendinitis and bothersome joint pain? Say goodbye to endless medications and invasive surgeries. Go BioTarget Regenerative Treatment is available only at injury care centers. Their innovative approach helps you recover faster and get back to doing what you love without drugs or surgery. Don't just treat the symptoms, target the root cause with BioTarget. Visit GoBioTarget.com to learn more and schedule your appointment today.
There are only a few things the government does well, and processing passports is not one of them. Hello, it's Congressman Aaron Bean, and taking care of constituents in Northeast Florida is a top priority. If you need help with that passport, the VA, Social Security, or any federal agency, call my office, 904-557-9550, or visit bean.house.gov. I'm Congressman Aaron Bean, and serving you is what we do. Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Hey, Hicken here from my friends at Lockhart Construction. Man, oh man, they're a long-time Jacksonville business. That means they do things right, they do things well. Shane's dad started the company, still with Shane. His guys are from here, taking care of people who live here, people like me. We've used Lockhart Construction not once, not twice, but 3 different times. We did one bathroom, we did another bathroom, we've done some remodeling. Shoot, if you want a new house, no job too big, no job too small, give the Lockhart family a call. Their family gives your family a better living experience. I say you unlock better living with Lockhart Construction. So if you have a construction need, a simple question, a thought, an idea, give Shane a call. I call him all the time. Hey, Shane, can you do that? Yeah, I can do that. I said, okay, good. Hey, Shane, can you? Yeah, I got that. I said, okay, great. Shane will call you back, 994-3865. Shane Lockhart, Lockhart Construction, 994-3865.
Imagine waking up this time next week and being 100% debt-free. No credit cards, no car loan, no personal loan. Hey, it's Prosser here, and Loan Pronto's Equity Express line of credit can make that happen. Homeowners are turning their home equity into cash almost instantly. With Loan Pronto's AI-based system, you can get approval in about 10 minutes with almost no documentation, no appraisal, and no hassle. You can get hundreds of thousands of dollars out of your home. Use that money to pay off all your other loans. The average homeowner saves over $850 a month doing this. Listen, your home value's way up. You can use that to wipe out all those credit cards, get some money for a home improvement. Literally hundreds of thousands are at your fingertips, and approval is just minutes away. So call now, 904-999-1508, 904-999-1508. That's loanpronto.com at 904-999-1508. NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, equal housing lender.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Windows Gang Jacksonville. Florida basketball head coach Todd Golden gives his team a slight advantage over their first NCAA opponent on Friday night.
I think we do have a little bit of an advantage because the team's playing Wednesday night, but it all works itself out at the end of the day. I'm really glad we're playing on Friday.
Former FSU lineman Jared Verse around the Knolls for spring camp and the March 26th Pro Day coming up likes how his team represented at the NFL Combine.
I was pleased with everybody. Everybody did good. The drills you saw what we were capable of. And I think the whole college football, the whole NFL saw that Florida State produced athletes.
In the association, Terry Rozier scored 9 points in the final minute and 24 seconds, including the go-ahead three-pointer, lifting the Miami Heat to a victory over the Cleveland Cavaliers on Wednesday night. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
Currently, it's 8:09 and it's 49 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
2.1 seconds left. No team has repeated as NCAA champions since UCLA did it in 1973.
You know, one of the things I've seen Duke do in the past in situations like this is try for the quick pass to half court and call a quick timeout so they can get in better shooting range.
There's the pass to Leitner. Puts it up. Yes!
One of the most famous plays, and is that the Grant Hill pass? Is that what I just heard?
Yeah.
Or which one? Yeah, they throw it. He throws the length of the court. Leitner catches it at the free throw line against Kentucky. Dips his shoulder one way, spins back the other. Nothing but net.
Called it like he was there.
Duke goes on to win the Natty. They were back-to-back champs.
That's a great trivia question, Jeff. Well, obviously you would have knew, but during the shot, who threw the pass?
Yeah, it's Grant Hill.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was a freshman, I think. So I think they went on to beat maybe Kansas that year and go back-to-back. And they were the last back-to-back before Florida did it in 06-07. And we have not had back-to-back since then. And UConn is certainly I don't want to say an overwhelming favorite, but boy, I bet you UConn is in 80 to 90% of the brackets. It's probably 95% Elite Eight, and almost all have them to the 4. And a lot of them have them, all the way to the championship itself. So
I got them in my bracket.
Yeah, you do. I mean, I do too. I said this before when we started the show, but it's been a while. Florida's got their opponent. It's Colorado. They come in hot. They've won 9 out of 10. So be careful with no Micah Handglatt. We talked about that. I ended up with 2 brackets. When I found myself with the specter of that wheel of doom over there, I found myself. I had to go I went conservative. I didn't go footloose and fancy free. I didn't just fire upsets left and right. I went on the conservative side, and in the end result, I got 3 1s and a 2 in the Final Four.
Chalk.
In the Elite Eight, I got a 1 versus 2, a 1 versus 2, a 1 versus 2, and a 1 versus Florida. I'm going to go on the conservative side. I'm not trying to win any prizes here. I'm trying not to be last. So
chalk.
It's chalky. Well, that's my official wheel. Here we go. Verified YouTube. Still waiting on Dan Hicken. Got a 10 p.m. deadline. Are you going to be spinning that wheel?
No, 10 a.m.
That's what I mean, 10 a.m. And he'll throw a fit about it too, right?
He'll get mad at me.
Then he talks about me throwing a fit when I'm usually right on mine. There's no right. I mean, listen, again, my boy's out west. He may not be up yet. I don't. And again, I wasn't here Monday. He knows, right?
We spoke yesterday.
It has to be in by the end of the show today.
Oh, I didn't say that.
Well, he's got to know.
We were talking about brackets and the rules and stuff, so he knows.
All right, now this is the one that I'll turn in for the matchsticks. This is my bracket that I believe this bracket more than that one. I mean, you got to believe in the fun. You do. You got to believe in taking a team, a dark horse to the Final Four, or a double-digit seed to the Sweet 16. Those things are going to happen. This is the one that actually indicates what I think is going to happen. But I'm not turning this one into the wheel because I'm going to go with the more, favorable by favorite matchups that this right here will offer me. So this is going into the wheel, Brian. This is it right here. But this one that I have here it's much more fun. For instance, I've got McNeese State beating Gonzaga, and then I have McNeese State beating Samford, who I have beating Kansas in the first round of the tournament.
Ooh.
This, while in my big bracket, I've got UConn all the way into the championship game. That's the wheel. In reality, I've got UConn losing in the Sweet 16 to Auburn. I ride Auburn to the Final Four. Look, it usually can get a little bit, back to normal, right? Last year is still not what normally happens. I mean, it's very well documented. You're not going to get 4 1s into the Final Four. That hardly ever happens either. I don't know if it's ever happened.
Yeah, I know.
But you're not going to get like last year with a double-digit seed and a 7 winning it all and a 5 and a 5. I mean, you had like a 3, 2 5s and a 3, a 5, a 7, and like a 10. I mean, that's who went to the Final Four last year. That's just not going to happen, man. But this one, I have a lot of early upsets, like a ton of first-round upsets. I said this yesterday, but just for a strategy, and most of you probably have your brackets in already, I like to pick a first-round upset in a game that I would have whoever won that game losing the next round anyway.
Uh-huh.
Right? So if you if you love UConn going to the Sweet 16, then I'll go ahead and pick Northwestern to beat Florida Atlantic. If I like Auburn going to the Final Four, I'll go ahead and pick the 12 UAB to beat San Diego State because I'm going to have them losing the next round anyway.
Right.
Which means often you can have a first round that doesn't look good. You're 22-10, but you still have teams alive. And if you are like most bracket challenges in one of those that ramps up the points by round, the first round isn't all that important. It's more about how many teams do you still have alive. In other words, you can go 22-10, but if you got 13 of your 16 still alive, you're fine. Bracket strategy.
Yeah, and like we said, Dan has till 10 a.m. to turn his brackets in, but you, the listeners, y'all got till noon today.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because 1010XL and Chubby's are partnering. So all you got to do is head over to 1010XL.com to enter the 1010XL Mr. Chubby's Wings free beer bracket challenge. Sign up, fill out your bracket, print it out, and bring it to any one of the 3 Mr. Chubby's. They got one in Ponte Vedra. They got one off of Chaffee Road and in Fleming Island, and I'll be there tonight. And for every game that you select that you win, you get you a free beer. But you got to be there to get that free beer.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'll go over to Chubby's, enjoy some wings. I say that, okay, I got 4 12 o'clock games here.
Yeah.
I pick 4 winners. I'm getting 4 free beers.
4 brewskis.
Hello.
You got to be there to get that. Oh, and check this out. It gets better.
Okay.
The winner of the overall bracket challenge getting tickets to your boy. You know who that is?
What's that?
Luke Combs, baby.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so head over to 1010XL.com, fill out your brackets, print them out.
Nice.
Slide over to Mr. Chubby's, get you some wings. Every game that you win, you're going to get you a brewski. But you got to be there. Pull up.
Man, we have a lot of fun here, man. 1010XL. I hope y'all enjoy. Sometimes it takes some work to have fun. All right, so credit to the whole staff, man. They're out and about in this community as we kind of ingrain ourselves with y'all out there in much, if not all, of what we do. So going to enjoy March Madness with you, going to enjoy the draft, going to enjoy the training camp and college football, and just until we get to the players again next year. Just in March step with y'all out here. In this case, on a custom Tree Surgeons Thursday. E.T., I have a pop quiz for you. I don't expect you to know the answers. I'll give you some hints as we go along. It just caught my eye. I found it to be interesting.
That's what we do here.
I have in front of me from On3, you know the website On3?
On3 Sports.
On3's NIL tracker. I have the top 5 highest NIL earners in 23-24 college sports. The top 5 NIL dollars.
Okay.
There are 2 ladies on this list.
Okay.
One you should get easy.
Okay.
The other, I mean, you would know of her from social media especially. So
okay.
If you really think here, I'm going to give you the top 2. Here's a hint. The top 2 NIL.
I think I know those 2.
Thanks, Daddy.
Yes. So that's LeBron, that's Bronny, and Shador.
Very well said. Bronny makes $5 million a year, man. I think he averaged 5 points for USC this year, man. Ooh.
All right.
The rich get richer, boy.
Yeah, they do.
That ain't just some CEO game they play in suits on Madison Avenue, son. My man Bronny gets $5 million a year allowance just for being LeBron's son.
Right. All right.
And then Shador Sanders, you're correct. The quarterback for Colorado, Deion. Did Shador go back to school?
Yeah, I think he's back.
Yeah, he did, right? Yeah. Why not? Making more than the NFL pay.
Exactly.
$4.7 million for being Deion Sanders' kid.
But to his chagrin, he's pretty good.
This, by the way, the other guy on the list is on it for the same reason.
Okay. That's going to be...
It's not his dad, but it's his family.
Arch
Manning.
Okay, boom.
Who played a grand total of 0 plays last year, I think.
Oh, wow.
$2.8 million just for being Peyton Manning's nephew. Now, Yeah, all the money changed hands. It ain't at the floor at the 67th floor at the Empire State Building, is it? All right. The two ladies, one of them you got to get, man.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Come
on.
So I
One
got
is
3
so
ladies in my
easy.
head.
Yeah, there's two. There's one who's way ahead of all the other. I don't care who your favorites are. There's one girl who dominates women's sports right now.
That's Caitlin.
That's Caitlin Clark. She's one of them. She is $3.1 million. By the way, it's about 10 years' salary in that WNBA that she'll think about joining. $3.1 million for Caitlin Clark, and then the third does not play stick and ball sport.
Okay, I got that.
And she's a girl.
Yeah, that's the lovely LSU gymnast.
Yeah, there you go, Livy Dunn.
Yeah,
you social media types would. Well, so there you go. You want to know why it behooves some people just stay in college? Hey, Bronny, I don't know how much they pay in the G League, boss, but you might want to just ride that $5 million for another year if you can get away with it.
Not the G League.
Yeah, he's going to the G League, man. As LeBron said, whether or not he'll play in the G League with Bronny, where if he's lucky, it's where he belongs. Hey, man, I saw a fair amount of Bronny this year. The man may at some point have the skill to be a CBA G League player. Any and every opportunity to get, just tack it onto that bill of $4.9 million that we're already giving him for being LeBron's son. I'm not being mean spirited. You want to talk about unfair? My guy plays on a basketball team that was in last place, a team that, by the way, has a pretty proud recent tradition. USC's been pretty good in hoops.
Yeah, O.J. Mayo, Nick Young, they put some boys
and they
up.
were just in the Final Four just a 3 years ago. USC this year went 8-12 in the league, 15-18 overall. They did not even make the NIT, much less the NCAA basketball tournament. Boogie Ellis averaged 16.5 a game. He was the leading scorer. Isaiah Collier added 16.3. Kobe Johnson, 10.9. DJ Rodman, Dennis Rodman kids, 8.4. Where's my million? Joshua Morgan, Vincent Ichiwu, Oziah Sellers. I'm still not to Bronny, man. Bronny James averaged 4.8 a game, bro.
Hey, remember, Jimmy Butler averaged 5 points in his true freshman year at college as well. Remember that?
Yeah. Did he get his money because Michael Jordan's his dad?
You see the stories about that? That's so crazy.
I did. Am I the last one, by the way, to see that? Have you seen the Brandon Ayuk, Mike Tomlin deal?
I just saw that yesterday.
Me too. I just saw that. They're twins. They really are. He looks a lot like him.
Yes.
Brandon Ayuk looks like Mike Tomlin went to Jamaica for the offseason.
Yes, he does.
Came back with some dreads. Right? They look a lot alike, bro.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, but Bronny James, bro, he's 9th on the team in scoring with 4.8, man.
Oh, man.
Shot 26% from three, the worst three-point percentage on the team. I'm not saying he's not allowed to have a college scholarship, but I'm just saying let's pump the brakes on Bronny also now on top of getting $5 million a year just for being Bronny. Hey, man, it's good work if you can get it, bro.
For sure.
But not alone, though, on that list. I mean, those were all, the patriarchy got all of them. Except Caitlin Clark. I don't know what old Billy Clark or her daddy does, but she went out. She went out and earned hers. Dunn, threw you butt shots on social media and earned hers.
I thought Angel Reese would have been.
She might be up in there.
Hers,
yeah, she would have earned hers with some street cred and some basketball skill. Caitlin Clark's the only one out there and jump shot her way to some cash.
Yeah.
She went out and rode her sport, her talent. I got butt shots from the gymnast, and I got 3 hand-me-downs from Heredity.
It ain't even 9 o'clock, dog.
This is the drill. The Thursday morning quarterback is coming up next. Let's chat it up with Fred Taylor about the Jaguars offseason. Before we go there, though, I do want to ESPN this morning has given us the current vibe of all 32 teams when it comes to the additions and subtractions that have been made. This is a list that we can jump a little more into in the 9 o'clock hour. But as it were, and again, by the way, this will be a familiar voice that we'll get our intel from. We go embedded reporter on these ESPN stories, so you know who that means, right? It's our buddy Mike DiRocco, who's certainly ear to the ground at all times, 24/7 when it comes to the Jaguars. We know what the Jaguars have done. It's always interesting to see, how it's being presented to the country. And so at least from one man, in this case D-Rock's opinion, Qualifies the marquee additions as Eric Armstead, Mitch Morse, Ronald Darby. Boy, I would put Gabe Davis over Ronald Darby, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, as an impact, as a
no
marquee addition, I would go Gabe Davis over Ronald Darby. But again, that's on perception, not on stats. Production-wise, Gabe Davis is not proven that yet.
Mm-hmm.
You're also going to hear from Gabe Davis in the 9 o'clock hour. He sat down with Jaguars.com, a little more personal side and fresher audio from the newest Jaguar, or one of the newest Jaguars. The subtractions we know, Ridley, Williams, and Jenkins. So these are D-Rock's answers. Shout out. Embedded ESPN reporter, boots on the ground here in Jacksonville. Did the Jaguars hit their free agency goals? D-Rock says, other than bringing Ridley back, yes. Biggest weakness on the offensive line at center. Replaced 2 starters in the secondary. Beefed up interior pass rush, and added a down-the-field receiver in Gabe Davis. Team wanted to bring Ridley back, but the contract that Tennessee offered was more than the Jags were willing to pay. As to one thing we heard at his introductory news conference, coordinator Ryan Nielsen said his scheme doesn't involve as much man coverage as has been reported. However, Darby said one of the reasons he came to Jacksonville was to play a lot of man coverage, which is his strength. The biggest remaining roster hole, despite signing Darby to play opposite Tyson Campbell, corner still an area that needs work. The nickel back spot needs an upgrade. Campbell's entering his final year on a rookie deal. And as we talked about yesterday, D-Rock writes an extension isn't as automatic as it seemed after 2022 when Campbell had a down season in 2023. A corner in the first 2 rounds of the draft is likely. I would second that. You're listening to The Drill. It's a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday. We got Freddie T next.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Jaguars and Gators, pro, college, and high school sports.
Wow.
Get the most play-by-play on 1010XL, Jacksonville's play-by-play sports radio.
At Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville, we have over 40 2024 all-electric Cadillac Lyrics in stock.
Take advantage today of 2 awesome incentives.
First, a $7,500 rebate applied to the purchase price directly at signing.
That's a $7,500 rebate with no need to wait for tax time.
And second, a $1,500 credit for a high-speed in-home charger.
Over $9,000 in savings.
Now's the time to drive away in luxury in a brand new all-electric Cadillac Lyric.
Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville, plus tax tag title $899 admin fee and resistol.
Tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
The Wing Madness menu at Boston's Restaurant and Sports Bar is a slam dunk. Sink your teeth into our mouth-watering rib or cauliflower wings. Available in 16 amazing flavors. Try their trash can nachos, layers of crispy tortilla chips piled high with all the fixings, and their flavorful, addictive corn wings. You'll be hoarding these like a sneaky technical foul. Get 50% off bone-in or boneless wings on our loyalty program. All the details and restrictions at bostons.com today.
I insist on complete honesty.
You can chime in anytime on the 1010XL text line.
Installed by Lifetime Flooring.
If you have something to say to me, I wish you would just say it.
Share your opinion.
Are you nuts? What?
641-1010.
It's crazy.
Your cooling system isn't working. Maybe somebody showed up with a portable electronic device. Then they discussed with you what your options are. Maybe they gave you an estimate that seems like an awful lot of money. What's the smart thing to do? When the situation merits a second opinion, get a Mike Merritt opinion. Yes, the Mike Merritt Comfort Team shows up with hand tools. We've never been able to fix an air conditioning problem with a tablet. Mike Merritt has been the trusted name for more than 30 years because there's never any hocus pocus. The Merritt team will walk you through the diagnostic steps up close and personal and show you exactly what you need. And the Mike Merritt price is likely to be far less because there's never an overtime charge, and the Merritt team doesn't work on commission. So remember, when it comes to the health of your cooling system, a second opinion can only help. and a Mike Merritt opinion can save you money. Florida license CACO 50384.
Pross, I'm thinking about changing my name.
Again? You're already the media mogul, the straw that stirs the drink, the Duke of Pablo Bay. Now what?
Refer to me as Dreamfinders Danny Hicken.
What in the blazes? Is this a cash grab?
No, it's just that I believe so much in Dreamfinders Homes. 20 locations in Northeast Florida, official home builder of Jags and Gators. Great opportunity for first-time homeowners.
All right. Dreamfinders Danny it is.
Did I mention the lowest interest rates you can find? Visit dreamfindershomes.com. Now let Dreamfinders Danny celebrate through the majesty of song. Dreamfinders, I believe they will build your home just right.
Looking for a new or used firearm? Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacks Beach will get you locked and loaded. New firearms coming in weekly, and always looking for used guns. No lines and no waiting. Online at beachesjewelryandpawn.com.
Hey sports fans, this is Hayes Carlyon for QC Kinetics. This is the time of year to enjoy life. Stop letting that pain in your joints keep you from doing what you love to do this spring. Call QC Kinetics now. Set up a free consultation. Call them at 904-274-5522. They've got 2 great locations, Mandarin and Ponte Vedra Beach. Go see them. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. I'm talking lasting joint pain relief with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. It's a fact. QC Kinetics is literally transforming lives. Their advanced treatments harness your own body's ability to restore and repair damaged joint tissue. Pro athletes have been doing this for decades, but now this life-changing treatment is available for you. So you can walk and run and climb stairs and play golf and move again pain-free. 904-274-5522. That's QC Kinetics. Call them today.
Calling all fun-loving citizens of Northeast Florida. Freedom Boat Club needs your help. Lisa the botanista has gone missing. She left a note that said gone boating. But here's the thing. Freedom Boat Club has 4 local locations. Julington Creek, Jacks Beach, and 2 in St. Augustine. And over 400 locations across the world. That's a lot of water to cover. Is she water skiing on the Ozarks, whale watching in the Pacific, or island hopping in Spain? Or hiding right here at the Black Creek Rope Swing? Or docking at the Conch House? Wait, has anyone checked Fort George Island? Too much to do on the water. So Freedom Boat Club is offering our best discount of all time, so you can help search. You simply make your reservation, show up, and have fun. I gotta go. I'm hopping on a boat to the fish camp for live music and lunch. Maybe I'll find the botanista there. Or better yet, maybe you'll join us with the best discount ever and enjoy boating made simple. Don't blame us when you start playing hooky too. Visit freedomboatclub.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Let's ring up another guest on the All-Pro Roofing phone line. Now, Dan and Jeff hand it off to our halfback.
Fred Taylor, every time he touches it, he's a candidate to go the distance.
Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein & Robbins DUI defense firm and B&B Fuel and Lubricants on 1010XL.
Draw play. 2 tackles. Right, and here we go. Yeah. Bye-bye. Brock Marion chasing. Brock Marion still chasing. Gets help from Smith. Touchdown. No flags.
Not going to catch him. Nope. No, sir. Nope. Yeah, not going to catch him. Ain't happening. Let's bring in my man, Freddie T, on the hotline this morning. Fred, good morning. How are we?
I'm good. Guys, I got a quick question.
Yeah.
Who's Mark Brunell and who's Jay Fiedler? Because both of you can't hand it off to me at the same time.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go with Hick's not here today, first of all. So, we continue to disappoint you.
No, you guys never disappoint me, man. I understand.
All right, okay.
He might be whale watching. I heard that.
Whale watching. Man, you know Dan Hicken, that is such a boomer thing, and you could be whale watching. That's not a bad one. So I'll just claim both. How about that? Hey.
Okay. Well, you can get it for today.
All right.
Since you're the only quarterback available.
Yeah, man. I want to ask you about a quarterback. I'm going to circle back to that. But first, I had a question. I was listening to this glorious intro we put together to trumpet you and your greatness as a football player. When did what's the difference between a halfback and a tailback? Is there?
I'm a running. Look, Jeff, I am a running back.
That's what I'm saying. There used to be tailbacks.
Tailback, it was halfback. I mean, I guess a halfback is not a fullback. Then you got a quarterback, you got a halfback, you got a fullback. So I guess it's a fourth.
Here's going to be my guess. A halfback is in the backfield with a fullback, and a tailback could be in the backfield by himself. How about that? Does that sound right? Could that work?
That'll work for me, but a fullback, we all know a fullback isn't a full thing these days.
Yeah, that's true. Those don't exist. Maybe that's why we never hear halfback anymore. You're either a tailback or a running. But to your point, running. And now, by the way, running backs aren't running backs. They're receivers. I mean, it's a different.
I got one for you. They're 3 quarterbacks.
Well, yeah.
Because you got a halfback, a quarterback, and a fullback. We're missing the 3/4 guy. Maybe it's a thing now. I don't know.
Yeah,
sounds crazy.
I like to just throw you a curve right off the bat. Fred, are you a basketball fan? Do you fill out a bracket or no? Too busy for that.
I have 4 brackets filled out.
Nice.
3 random ESPN brackets, and then I have one with my group chat that I've been stuck in now for more than 12 years.
Awesome.
The guys in the group chat: Reggie Williams, Felice Barnes, Marcus Stroud, Bobby McCray, myself. Who else is in there?
Taking me back, man.
Is it Drayton?
Drayton Florence?
I don't know if Drayton is in that one, but a lot of former Jaguars are in that. It's a friendly $100. I think 10 people are in there.
Okay. Winner take all?
Winner takes all.
Yeah.
Winner takes all.
Who do you got? Who'd you end up with? UConn? You like the rest of the world?
Nah, I went Purdue.
Okay. I'm all right with their due. Hey, listen, the accent on due, I mean, they're due to do something one of these tournaments. They've had just awful luck and poor play along the way. Really good team. They got a throwback, man. They center. Centers are gone from the game. The big old stiffs you just put down on the block and they never leave. Purdue has a guy now centers 7 feet, they shoot threes. You watch them. They got old school.
Yeah, I mean, look at Wembanyama.
Sure.
Kevin Durant. He kind of started that whole tall, being able to be a center height but can shoot from the parking lot. It's just an evolution of sport. Much like our sport, we were just talking about the running back.
Mm-hmm.
The rules changes have led to a decrease in the utilization and how you view running back. The same thing with the NBA. With their rules changes and it's not as physical, these guys are growing taller, faster, a lot more athletic. It's just the rule changes, and the center basically is obsolete. Just the running back position, I wouldn't say is obsolete more so because you still need a really good running game to make an offense work, but the disrespect is right there, and the respect is obsolete. I guess I could say it that way.
Well, the offers came quickly, right? The top 7 or 8 backs that were on the market, they got scooped up pretty quickly. But I still, for the life of me, man, you got allies here. I don't understand the NFL's pay structure where the running back, a very important position, just gets cast off as underpaid. It's the way they churn you all up and out. It's just wrong.
Yeah, if you're going to pay tackles $15 million,
thank you.
So you're going to say, look, we got to protect the quarterback, our $100 million guys, soon to be $200 million guys. Then running backs, our assignments are just as important. We are the last wave. Defenses throw more blitzes and also unexpected blitzes. We have to step up in the hole. We have to pick up that guy, a moving guy. The offensive tackle, I'm not diminishing their position because they do have to get the job done. I just think the psychology of it, and when they say, all right, we got to break this down, and when you look at I guess longevity in the position, liability, then yes, they have an argument. We lose leverage there. But then you have to also say, I think we're worth more than $8 million per year on the higher end because it's been the same since before the last collective bargaining agreement. Running backs have been getting paid on average between $8 and $10 million per season. And when you look at these signings now, these guys are getting on average around $7 to $8 million. There are no significant bumps, even with the increase in salary cap the last several years. there hasn't been a bump for the position.
All right, what did you make of the free agent class? I think we all agree the interior of the offensive line has to get better. You get kind of a sturdy veteran there. Your thoughts on Eric Armstead? He seems to have kind of a Calais Campbell-ish vibe to me a little bit. And then, we're offsetting losses in the secondary with pickups in the secondary that look relatively even, or at least potentially. And then obviously the big, and I know you're a Calvin Ridley fan, but the big news, Ridley out. But what is Gabe Davis, and another kid from the state of Florida, what does he bring? So I know that's a broad-ranging question, but I also know that you've certainly keep up with it more than most. So just your opinions overall: are we as good or better a football team today as we were before free agency, knowing that the draft is also going to help? At least it should some.
I love Calvin Ridley. Huge fan of Calvin. Thankful that he was able to come back and show that he still has potential. He's still a fairly young guy, and he earned, that contract. The Titans were in desperate need. Obviously, they took their shot, and they made it happen. Gabe Davis, on the other hand, big target, a guy who has had tremendous success in the red zone, something that we've lacked with Ridley. There were times last year where Ridley did not necessarily I don't want to say he didn't step up, but there were moments where we said this should have been a no-brainer. You got to perform here. We saw the drop passes. We saw the lack of focus at the line of scrimmage, the illegal motion, and those type of things that shouldn't happen, but he was getting back into football conditioning. But Gabe, he's a veteran guy who's had a lot of success, and I believe he can help in the red zone. When you talk about Armstead there, hopefully Calais, or releasing Calais, or not re-signing Calais when he still had 4 or 5 years left in the tank. Hopefully this signing with Armstead will serve as a reminder that, look, you're going to get this guy. He still has a lot. He's one of the best in the game. You got to ride the wave. And I think Calais could have and would have still been able to be productive for the defense as a leader, number one, and then from a guy who can go out there, perform, all while bringing along the young guys that would have played with him or behind him. So Armstead is a guy who's going to be able to anchor that defensive front, and hopefully they're as good as the Niners front has been these last several years. And across the offensive line, obviously you need that veteran leadership, that experience up front, being able to communicate, someone who's had playoff experience, who can share that knowledge and share his knowledge with the rest of the guys, and hopefully firm that up for Trevor in the offense. More importantly, creating some daylight for Travis Etienne and trying to get that running game back going.
Oh, by the way, I have an answer. The internet will give you the answer to everything. The difference between tailback and halfback, officially. The tailback position is yada, yada. Halfbacks can be positioned anywhere near the quarterback, whereas tailbacks are supposed to line up directly behind the center with the quarterback and fullback. So
it makes absolutely
that makes sense.
No sense. It makes sense. That doesn't make sense.
That's what I mean.
2024. When was this article written?
Yeah, it's running back now anyway, right? It's just running back.
It's just running back. It's crazy.
I'm caught. I think there are two very important players for me on next year's Jaguars. I think went through real similar seasons last year. At one point, we pointed for both these guys, one on offense, one defense, is, perhaps like perennial Pro Bowl, maybe all-pro level players. But they got dogged by injuries last year. And, Fred, I'm a firm believer, covering this and for as many years as I have, that, listen, injuries can be an excuse for how you play or your team performs, or injuries can be a reason for how you play and your team performs. And I felt like Trevor Lawrence on the offensive side was, played at a lot less percentage than your typical fan would watch him play on the weekend. And I think on the defense, I think Tyson Campbell was in that same boat. I think as a young dude that was trying to play, you can't play corner with a hamstring if you don't feel great. If it's twinging by the middle of the second quarter, it's not the place to be when a guy changes directions on you. So I'm just curious if you is your confidence still strong in both those guys, and how much could have the injuries last year led to what would be quote-unquote down years for the both of them?
I think let's talk Tyson first, who recently just celebrated a birthday Sunday. I know Tyson really well. I know his heart. I know his competitive spirit. And Tyson will do anything to get out there and play. We had numerous conversations about how to manage frustration while also trying to get out there, and show your team that you are a leader and that you want to be out there to help make them great. And what I disliked was that in his return a year ago, after his first game back, after he initially got the hamstring, I'm trying to pinpoint the team. I'm having little mind lapse right here, but the receiver's a really good receiver, and
was it Buffalo? Was it Diggs in Buffalo? Was it that one?
I believe it was Diggs, but it was a home game, I think.
Okay, well then it wouldn't have been. That was in London.
Case, yeah, that was in London. Either case, Jeff, they put him out there, and early in the game it was 3rd and 2, and you put him out there on the island. No safety help over top. He got burned, went down, gave up a touchdown, I believe. As a coach, you got to know your personnel. You got to also not just call stuff to call it because you scripted it. You got to understand who's on the field and their health. You got to know all of that stuff. Sometimes coaches say, look, if you're out there, you're 100%. I don't care if you're 80%. If you're out there, you're 100%. I'm going to call it like I see it. And that's just their philosophy. Caldwell was just called what he was called, and guys made the plays, they made the plays. If they didn't, they didn't. To Tyson's credit, I give him credit for having the heart to get out there.
Yeah.
If you can't get out there, don't get out there and hurt the team. So guys have to be smart. Now let's talk about Trevor. Same thing. Trevor, tremendous heart. We know he's competitive. We know he's gonna lay everything on the line. He has a championship pedigree. Again, there were moments where when he bounced back, we thought he was going to be out, miss a week. He was able to somehow make his way to the very next game and then miss a beat. But things happen. If he had an ankle, does that hamper his velocity, his accuracy? And we saw moments where we were like, man, what's going on with Trevor? It's a little too high. It's a little too low. It's a bit, to the right or left. But this is a guy who's out there trying to play because without him, there's an increased possibility that you're not going to win. So with him, let's get out there and let me give it my all, and you guys hopefully can follow and turn it up another notch. Seeing that, I'm out here giving 120% effort to just show up, But it's one of those catch-22 things, Jeff, where you go out there, you try your best. I've been in those situations, and your best just isn't good enough because you can't give it, that max effort that you're used to. But I think just as a leader, showing up and letting the other guys see where you are mentally, that kind of ripples throughout the team, and it becomes affectious. And hopefully the other guys will do the same thing because it's a long season. It's a long grind. And sometimes guys weaken up and they just sit out because maybe their agent told them or it's a money thing, and they just quit on a team. You don't need that mindset.
Yep.
You need more of the Trevors and the Tysons. And regardless if they're 80%, 100%, I'll go to, I don't want to say war, sensitive, but I'll go to battle between those lines with those guys any day of the week.
Yeah. And look, fans can get down on certain players for the way they're playing. I would imagine inside the locker room, your dude is not quite, 100%, right? I mean, that's not his ability. You maintain your confidence, I guess, in those guys, right? I mean, if you're on that defense, you're confident in Tyson, and if you're on that offense, you're obviously confident in Trevor.
Look and see, Jack.
Yeah.
You can, as a player, you can look and see during the week of practice exactly what this guy can bring to the table.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
These guys need to show up. Unlike Marvin Harrison Jr., I digress.
Yeah.
Though.
What's the deal?
I don't want to talk about that. That is crazy. That is insane. That's a whole different situation.
He's going to go 4 anyway. He's going to go 4 anyway, isn't he? And we're just going to continue to change the dynamics of how you.
I know, but now you create a precedent of the guys that are going to follow you.
Yeah.
Now, like the league should make an example of this situation. But now you have teams that say, I can't miss this type of potential. So I don't care if he works out. We know what he can do. We've seen the tape. Yada, yada, yada. Go tell your mama. We don't care about it. So, but that I just kind of jumped and changed subjects. But it's all about showing up, but during the week of practice, Jeff, I think the guys know.
Yeah.
When we lost to the Patriots, David Garrard had an amazing run. I believe he was 5-1 or 6-1. Byron Leftwich was coming back off his broken leg, broken foot, and he returned, and we knew he was hurt.
Yeah.
We were like, no way, Jack.
Yeah.
Don't do this.
That was the 28-3 game,
momentum.
right? That was the blowout game.
Yeah. We have momentum, and then all of a sudden, Byron starts, and a lot of the team was like, "Oh, we love your heartbeat, but
yeah,
I don't know.
We hot right now."
It was pick six after pick six, and he was like, "Okay, that season that's over with."
I got a question. Yeah. I got a question about one more quarterback, and then we'll let you go for the week. Wish you good luck on getting Purdue to that championship and taking down the pot. Right? Where are you on Justin Fields? I can't help but feel like the Bears are messing this up, and I'm not saying that Fields is the long-term answer. I mean, to have the number one pick and ultimately at the end of the day, all you get is a 6th-rounder and switch your quarterback to Caleb Williams doesn't seem like you're running it right. Personally, I think Fields is a good player. I think it's impossible to be a great quarterback in Chicago because of weather and otherwise. There just has never been one. They've never had a 4,000-yard passer. I don't know what they expect Justin Fields to have done behind the offensive line they've given, and until DJ Moore, no weapons. I can't help but feel like the Bears are doing this wrong as they did with Trubisky and so where are you on Fields and the kind of talent he is? And I was shocked that he only took a 6th-rounder and just are the Bears doing the right thing here, taking, basically an unknown in Caleb Williams?
Well, I go back to 1998 with the Chicago Bears. They had an opportunity to draft a guy number 3 overall.
McNabb?
The guy you're on the phone with.
Oh, Fred Taylor. Well, thank God they didn't, Fred. All due respect. Thank God they didn't.
Right, exactly. I know Jaguars Nation, we all love to hear that, man. Duval, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm glad they messed that one up. But you know what? I think they're messing this whole field thing up. When I look at Caleb Williams, I see what he does on the field, right? And the more and more I see his character off the field, he's a soft-spoken kid, but he seems a little bit arrogant.
Okay.
Right? I'm trying to figure out his demeanor. It doesn't seem like there's a tremendous carryover there, and it's kind of scary. If I had the number 1 pick, I don't know if I would take him. I like more of a Jaden Daniels. I like his demeanor and how he carries himself, and he seems like he just wants to come and just win for you. He doesn't care if it's ugly, pretty. He just wants the ball and win and compete. That's what he sounds like to me. But I don't want to talk about Caleb. Justin Fields, stick to the script. I think they're messing that up. I think he still has a lot of potential. Here's a kid who's had multiple offensive coordinators in his short career, and that can really mess you up. I believe the NFL is more about consistency, turnover, not turnovers, but turnover.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of players you bring back on an annual basis, the amount of players that are in your system, familiarizing themselves with your system, that same system allowing you an opportunity to play fast. The game is fast enough. If I have to think or be hesitant, and I read pre-snap, post-snap, then I'm behind the 8 ball. Of course I'm not going to be able to play to my fullest potential. So, in fairness, I don't think he's had the consistency that these quarterbacks should be able to have. And he hasn't had great coaching. So hopefully he can get that down in I know he's going to get it in Pittsburgh under Coach Tomlin. They just recently changed their offensive coordinator a year ago. Seems their offense got better on the back end of the season. He'll be able to learn a little bit from Russell Wilson and hopefully show people, why he was drafted as high as he was drafted just a couple of years ago.
Brad, I could talk ball with you all day, but instead I will let you go. Enjoy March Madness, my friend, and we'll talk to you next week.
See you guys, man. Always a pleasure.
Appreciate you. There he goes. That's our Thursday morning quarterback. That's Fred Taylor. His thoughts on the Jaguars and more as we sit here in the offseason. Yeah, goodbye. I got a speed trap before we head off to break. This is brought to you by Catlin Truck Accessories, radar detection, and more at Catlin. Listen, truck guy. Went straight from Murray to Catlin. I got it all. I got the bed liner. I got the bed cover. I got the weather tech. You need that stuff, man. Right now, let's see, Southside Boulevard and JTB. Little honey hole there. You got to be careful every now and then on Southside and JTB, but keep those speeds down. Keep it the First Coast streets safe and keep that cash in your pocket. It's a drill speed trap alert. All right, appreciation to Freddie T. We'll come back with more on the other side. Still going to let you hear from Gabe Davis on Jaguars.com. A little sit down with him, some fresh sound. And also I have my YouTube poll question is back for you, ET.
Oh, I love
when
the
I
YouTube
see it,
poll question.
when I see an NBA YouTube poll question, and I think it's a good one, and sometimes I hit some good ones that really make you think. I got a thinker here for you from the association, so we'll do that. I still have more March Madness notes to unload on you. Florida's opponent is set, so that and more. I said running back, I said quarterback, not running back. Thursday morning,
running back.
Yeah. Listen, I think I'm doing yeoman's work here. I'm a tailback, a halfback, a fullback, a quarterback, two receivers.
You're moving around.
This is a drill. It's a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Duval has paid its dues. Now it's time to shine. This is Duval Sports Radio, 1010XL.
Dave Binion here with my son Ammon, who is the air duct cleaning manager at Zero Res. So Ammon, you may notice a little rattle in my voice and some puffiness in my eyes. That's because allergy season is coming on. Can Zero Res help?
Yes, your health has a lot to do with the air you breathe. A clean and healthy home begins with clean air. At Zero Res, we can help clean the air in your home by cleaning your air ducts, cleaning the coils in your HVAC units, and fogging the system with a powerful antimicrobial that helps kill and control the growth of microorganisms in your air. We also have options for maintaining your clean air with our excellent inline air purifier and UV lights that will help keep your system clean and healthy. At Zero Res, we are more than just air duct cleaners. We're a clean air specialist.
Have Zero Res air duct specialists out, and right now we'll give you $50 off your air duct cleaning, and while we're at it, we'll give you $50 off your dryer vent cleaning. Zero Res.
Spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
CEROREC. Zero Res.
Patriot Roofing Services, specializing in all types of commercial and residential roofing and repairs, gutters, sun tubes, skylights as well. 10-year workmanship warranty, financing available, military and senior citizen discounts, no subcontractors. Mention this ad at the time of the estimate and receive $500 off any new re-roof. Call Mark today, 982-4052, 982-4052, licensed and insured.
Ready for a heating and air company that's just as local as your favorite coffee shop? That's Bolt City Heating and Air. Jacksonville grown, family owned and operated, and not bought out by the out-of-town big guys. And with transparent pricing, you'll know the costs up front, with options to choose from, backed by Bolt City's satisfaction guarantee. And rest assured, Bolt City Techs will treat your home with white glove service. You can be comfortable today. Visit BoltCityAC.com.
It's March basketball. That means a host of top teams will be competing for the NCAA title. When it comes to commercial painters, there's also some healthy competition out there. Jason Parker with Performance Painting. To help you know the right questions to ask any painter competing for your business this year, visit performancepaintingjacks.com. Or if you're ready for a friendly quote, give us a call and ask about our free pressure wash promotion for your next project. Performance Painting, quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting. This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On March 21st, 2019, Japanese baseball right fielder Ichiro Suzuki finishes his career with a record 4,367 base hits as Mariners beat the A's.
March is the perfect time to bring a burst of happiness to the special people in your life. At Spencer's Designer Florist, each bloom tells a story, and they'll help you say it without saying a word. Visit spencersflorist.com.
At Edwin Watts Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, there's something that binds us all. The collective goal to transcend the ordinary. Introducing the Ping G430 Max 10K driver. Straighter flies farther with Ping's most forgiving driver ever made. The Max 10K. Come in today and test drive Ping's newest driver at Edwin Watts Golf Shops. Visit us at your local Edwin Watts Golf Shops or shop us online at worldwidegolf.com. Get there.
You see this smile on my face? I got a smile on my face all the time because I'm so happy that I've joined the George Moore Chevrolet family. When I say family, I mean it, man. That's how they treat you when you head over to that beautiful showroom off Atlantic Boulevard. and find out exactly what I'm talking about. No pressure, just friendly help. That smile on my face means I walk out to my beautiful blue Silverado. You're my boy, Blue! I'm cruising around town, and I love it. Whether you want a car, a truck, SUV, electric, pre-owned, George Moore Chevrolet has it. If you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, don't worry. MooreChevy.com. Easy to navigate as any site you'll try. All the vehicles, transparent pricing. It's right there for you. Sales and service to parts. Never been more easy to use. That's Moore Chevy, M-O-O-R-E Chevy.com. George Moore Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
If you owe the IRS and can't pay, now is the time to call J. David Tax Law. After a 2-year hiatus, the IRS has resumed their aggressive collections letters. Don't wait. Call J. David Tax Law or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com.
Yo, it's your boy E.T. And if you're still in the market for a sportsbook to call home, bet that nonstop action of the madness with MyBookie. MyBookie is your one-stop for all your sports betting and casino needs, complete with real-life Vegas experience right from that cellular device of yours. Take your viewing experience to the next level with real-time live betting that lets you stream and bet the games right from the comfort of the crib. Sign up now and take advantage of the generous welcome bonus on your first deposit, all the way up to $1,000. Put in $200, get $3. Ready to play instantly using promo code 1010XL. And the fun don't stop there. You'll get up-to-the-minute odds, props, and this week's expert predictions to help you dictate where to put that cash at. And the best part about MyBookie, you can bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Come on, somebody.
Discover the difference that local expertise makes at First Coast Lighting and Fans. Visit their showroom at the Avenues and browse high-quality products to match your desire for elegance, quality, and uniqueness at First Coast Lighting and Fans.
Open early and open late. Dailies is always there, making things easy for you to cruise in and cruise out. So hit Dailies Cold Case the next time you're craving a cold one. Bud Light by the case, plus plenty of singles to choose from. Corona, to the king of beers, to Stella or a Natty. They're all cold at Dailies.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Armstead might be the only player in free agency this year that had the frameworks of 3 different agreements with 3 different teams. First Houston, then Buffalo, then finally Jacksonville, where he goes and is reunited with the man that drafted him in San Francisco, the Jaguars general manager, Trent Baalke. And it is, to me, symbolic of the way that the week works in many ways. People say things and do other things.
So there you go. I don't know if it's just a matter of the next offer being a little more cash. You know, when you hear Eric Armstead, talk about joining Jacksonville, it's for all the right reasons. But, I mean, did he do a little two-step? Not unlike what Calvin Ridley did when he left Jacksonville for Tennessee. But to choose the Jags over the Texans and the Bills at least shows you that one of the dynamic players in the league, I promise you these deals weren't very separate. I mean, you get to a certain, cone of financial certainty in the NFL based on your experience and your talent. I don't think one of these 3 is paying a gob more than the other. And so at least you know that he's choosing you over the Texans and Bills, 2 other really good teams in the AFC, that if you're a big part of your goal is to win a Super Bowl, you can at least hope that Armstead views the Jaguars as close to the Super Bowl as both the Texans and the Bills. Lots going to change. I'm going to have to, just as we jumped the gun on Jacksonville and their ability to stranglehold the division coming off of what happened in 2022, it's way too early to go handing Houston anything. I know they look like they're in real good position, but that schedule's going to get tougher. And instead of facing the Broncos, they're going to face the Chiefs. And instead of facing the last place teams or fourth place teams, third place teams, they're going to face the first place team in other divisions. And so that, you're darn right it is. But now I also saw this, the overall schedule strength is not much different between the Texans and the Jags this year. I got a 3-round mock draft. By the way, another of the free agent acquisitions, Gabe Davis. Got some fresher comments from him, courtesy of Jaguars.com. We're going to turn to those in the 9 o'clock hour, well, a little bit later in the 9 o'clock hour. But Dan's favorite CBS Sports Line sweatshop mock drafter is Chris Trapasso. He calls him something else, but I'll save that for him. He's put out a 3-round. You would think Trapasso at some point would just naturally, just by longevity, get better at what he does. I mean, he's just been asinine and terrible for so long that eventually you're going to get better. But still, to be with CBS as long as he's been there, and he still has a spot in that mock draft factory over there in some Pacific Isle, dirt floor, big ceiling fans. He's just popping out 4 a day. Today they made him do a 3-rounder, so I like looking beyond just what the Jags might do at pick number 17. E.T., let's do it this way. We talk about what position the Jaguars need at 17 or where you would most likely go. But let's expand it. Rounds 1, 2, and 3. Tell me the 3 positions you want to see the Jaguars grab based on the value they're getting at the position in each one of those rounds. 3 positions, 3 rounds, 1, 2, and 3. What 3 positions do you want to see them draft?
Wide receiver.
Wide receiver is 1.
Corner.
Corner is 2. Now's where it gets trickier.
O-lineman.
O-lineman for sure. Not an edge guy.
O-lineman.
No, O-lineman.
Yeah.
Not just an O-lineman of some sort.
Yeah, I need O-lineman.
Yeah. I think you might get there to the old BPA, best player available, and you get the best lineman that you can get, whether it's offense or defense. But with that in mind, I would be surprised, and I would say it would be somewhat, neglectful in the harsh, humid conditions of the mock draft sweatshop to suggest that the Jags don't go with at least a receiver and a corner in these 3 rounds. In other words, if we look at this mock draft and they don't have the Jags taking receiver, corner in those first 3 rounds, I'm going to immediately assume they don't know jack about the Jaguars.
Absolutely.
Okay. At the top, Caleb Williams again. By the way, Williams, I want to reference something Fred brought up. We didn't expound on it. Marvin Harrison Jr., who did not work out at the Combine, they held their pro day yesterday, and he said, nope, and he didn't work out again. So he's going to go into the league without these measurables that have always been demanded of everyone before him. He won't suffer for it, but to the point it could be particularly a bad precedent. And this isn't about, player rights or freedom. It's about being an NFL fan. You want your team to have the best of its, opportunities to put value on these guys. You can't have receivers just not running. You need to get the fullest gamut that you can get. The argument is I got plenty of film there, and Marvin Harrison Jr. Good luck. All right, let's go down to the Jaguars in the 17 pick. J.J. McCarthy, by the way, continues just to rise. He's up to 11. Jared Verse goes 12. That's interesting. But the Jaguars at number 17 go interior offensive line. Troy Fautanu. Okay, there's one of your picks.
Okay.
They have him ranked as the number 1 interior offensive lineman. He can play all 5 offensive line positions. I'm okay with this, man. We got to get better. If we haven't learned anything from the last 2 years, injuries, quarterback consistency, play calling, offense coordinator. I mean, we can bundle it all up. At the end of the day, those 5 guys up front are soft, man. They've been killing us. They get beat week to week. Shout out the offensive linemen. Anyone not named Cam, listen, you guys need to be lifting weights this offseason.
Hit them weights.
So Fautanu from Washington, interior offensive lineman, is that first-round pick. All right, let's go to the second round then, shall we? I expect to see a receiver here because it's a very deep position and then come back maybe with corner in round 3, but it may be the opposite. Or because it's Trapasso, we may see an edge rusher here or safety for Pete's sake. Who knows? See, I'm more okay with this than you, but it means we're not addressing either corner or receiver in the first 3 rounds. But Braden Fisk is that defensive lineman, that tackle out of FSU, had a real good combine. He's had a good offseason. He was a transfer in and was among a buku of prospects that the Knowles are sending to the NFL this year. But there you go, E.
I'd be okay with that.
I'm okay with that, but we also said if you don't go receiver corner in these first 3 picks, perhaps you're not thinking right. All right, let's go. I'm okay with that pick, though. I am. Now, maybe, like you said, you don't want both. Maybe it's him or the other guy with corner and receiver, but we'll see. So let's go to our 3rd-round pick. Now, we gave up one of those to the Falcons, so we pick a little bit later. The 96th pick, more to the offensive line. Interior offensive lineman Mason McCormick from South Dakota State.
Dang.
So 2 of the first 3 rounds on the interior of the offensive line. Listen, it sounds kind of stupid. It does. I mean, corner is going to be addressed. That's where he's missing.
Yeah.
I could see those 2 interior offensive linemen after they go corner round 1, but I can't see them going interior offensive line, defensive tackle, interior offensive line. We got to be able to score now. But, man, in the heat of passion and anger, E.T., in the middle of the season, we'll say things like, I'd spend every single draft pick on an offensive lineman.
Then when they do it.
And at least make sure I got 5 good ones. Just a thought. All right, so March Madness news and notes. Let the madness begin. It's very sad news. Hicken has sent in his bracket, so all you little Karens there on your Twitter that went to Dan and told him, wake up and turn in your bracket. Congratulations. You win. It's Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday. You're listening to The Drill.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Spirited sports talk.
He never wavered in his belief.
Spirited sports conversation.
If you're going to act like a loser, raise your hand.
1010XL. Adding a little spirit to the conversation.
Be aggressive. Come on, guys. Go team.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hey, stop paying for exterior paint that doesn't protect your home or business. Hicken here for my friends at Rhino Shield. Man, those beautifully durable coatings. And I'm telling you, they're beautiful and they're durable. They never chip, crack, or peel. You want that backed up? They back it up. 25-year warranty. Who does that? Rhino Shield. Prevents unsightly mold, mildew, and algae. Prevents water intrusion from those crazy storms that we get in Northeast Florida. Fights salt corrosion, Class A fire rating. And by the way, that's while saving you thousands compared to the cost of repainting over and over again. Getting 0% financing, up to 20% off right now. Great low pricing. Never been easier to paint your home with Rhino Shield. Take the first step today. Get your free estimate at rhinoshieldjax.com. Go to rhinoshieldjax.com. Sign up and get that free estimate and enjoy.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood. What is a gemologist?
Frank, that's a good question because gemologist is a generic title that can be used by anyone, whether they have any gemological training or not. There's also a graduate gemologist, which is somebody that's taken the gemology courses of the Gemological Institute of America and received a diploma. Then there's a certified gemologist of the American Gem Society. They've received the graduate gemologist diploma, have worked in the jewelry business for a minimum of 3 years, and are tested by examination once a year to re-win the certified gemologist title. There's one other aspect that certified gemologists have that others might or might not have, and that's the accredited gemological equipment to be able to make the right grading calls on diamonds and other gemstones. At Underwood's, we have an American Gem Society accredited gem laboratory that our certified gemologists work in, assuring you the quality and value you deserve.
That's Underwood's, Florida's longest-standing member of the American Gem Society in San Marco, Avondale, the shops of Ponte Vedra, Underwood Jewelers.
AgPro has been family-owned and operated for over 64 years. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
Madness is almost here. Well, String Sports Brewery in historic Springfield is the place to go for all the tournament action. The atmosphere is unrivaled.
Our show will be there live from 3 to 6 on Friday, March 22nd. So come watch hoops and shoot hoops with us. That's Friday, March 22nd from 3 to 6. Soak in all the madness at String Sports Brewery. Family, beer, sports, and madness at Strings. Come out and see us in Springfield at String Sports Brewery.
This is Joe C. from XL Primetime and stoked to crank up the 9 after 5 once again at the Golf Club of Southampton. Every Wednesday, a little after 5, the gang at Southampton will be hosting us with a new game, and I'm inviting you to be a part of it. Now, through the summer stretch, break up the week with a little hump day fun every Wednesday. Call 287-PLAY to get on the tee sheet. There'll be food afterwards and prizes, including playing for a membership at the Golf Club of Southampton. Call 287-PLAY and hit the tee with Joe C.
Your cooling system isn't working. Maybe somebody showed up with a portable electronic device. Then they discussed with you what your options are. Maybe they gave you an estimate that seems like an awful lot of money. What's the smart thing to do? When the situation merits a second opinion, get a Mike Merritt opinion. Yes, the Mike Merritt Comfort Team shows up with hand tools. We've never been able to fix an air conditioning problem with a tablet. Mike Merritt has been the trusted name for more than 30 years because there's never any hocus pocus. The Merritt team will walk you through the diagnostic steps up close and personal and show you exactly what you need. And the Mike Merritt price is likely to be far less because there's never an overtime charge, and the Merritt team doesn't work on commission. So remember, when it comes to the health of your cooling system, a second opinion can only help, and a Mike Merritt opinion can save you money. Florida license CACO 50384.
Hear the Florida Gators all season on 1010XL. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson, the official window and door replacement partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Southern Oak Insurance. Gator basketball is in the NCAA tournament field of 64 for the first time under head coach Todd Golden, who views whatever the length of time in the tournament, the program is on the right track.
My hope is, regardless of what happens in the tournament, obviously we want to make a deep run, but I think it's pretty clear where we're headed, and that we're on the right path.
FSU running back Trey Benson says he was good with his time at the NFL Combine, but he can run faster.
My best time was a 4.28. That's why I know it could have been better. And my start was not good at the combine. But hey, 4.3 is my goal.
New free agent Jaguar lineman Eric Armstead is excited to be joining the Jags and likes the competitiveness of the team.
In a place that is competitive and that I feel, I can come in and help get them over the hump. The Jags were a good team before me.
That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
It's 9:17 and it's 53 degrees. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Gordy to Black. The time, 18. Shot, Jordan. Michael Jordan, 14 seconds. Brown.
And thus the legend was born. Another one that I remember. I think we go back to 1983 maybe for that one. 82, 83. Michael Jordan
82.
hits the game winner in the Superdome. That game was in the Superdome of New Orleans. And thus the legend was born. Jordan was a good player. Famously, I think we all know, kind of a late bloomer. He cut from his high school team. Isn't that part of the narrative?
Yeah, didn't make it his first year or something.
Yeah, by the way, they probably leave out the part he was in 7th grade when they did that. Right? I mean, come on. You tell me Mike Jordan could make a high school team as a freshman? Greatest player of all time? Yeah.
So would that shot right there is kind of like what started it all?
For sure. That team was James Worthy was the star of that team.
Okay.
They had Sam Perkins, Dean Smith. The old joke is no one can hold Michael Jordan under 20 points like Dean Smith.
Right.
It's the style they played and what they did, and so Michael Jordan was I think he was the freshman of the year in the league. I don't mean to say he was just some, sidebar player.
Right.
But yeah, when he hit that shot and then took, then the legend began to grow, and pretty sure those guys left that year. Perkins and
And Worthy.
I know Worthy left. Maybe
Yeah.
Perkins was another year or two. I don't know. But yeah, that rise up jumper for Michael Jordan, kind of what got it all started. We have some baseball underway. Man, this has just been a shootout. It's now 12-9. Padres lead the Dodgers. The Dodgers do have a couple of runners on, bottom of the 8th with one out, as San Diego's going to try and get one of these two games in the Seoul series. The story here, though, is Yoshi Yamamoto. Yamamoto is the dude that everyone wanted, or at least all the big spenders did. Coming over from Japan, believed to have all the stuff. He was I'll tell you how good his ceiling, they think. Is that English? Me fail English? That's impossible. Yoshi Yamamoto got a $325 million 12-year contract this offseason. It's the longest and richest contract for a pitcher in the history of Major League Baseball. Dude's never pitched an inning. Well, now he has. He's pitched one inning and gave up 5 runs, all earned. That's an ERA of 45, and they pulled him. So the 25-year-old trailed 2-0 after 9 pitches. He needed 43 pitches in the first inning to get past or to get out of the San Diego Padres first inning order. The Pods batted around, and Yamamoto lasted just one inning. So, look, this is an outlier, I'm sure. This will be his worst outing, but even still, you never know for sure. This isn't a dude that came over from the Phillies. That you have some idea. You've got a working history on just what he is and what he has been in the NFL. I have in front of me some of the projected giant killers, the 10 most likely first-round upsets in March Madness. So Hicken has got his bracket in. You say he's got UConn?
Yeah,
UConn over Purdue. Okay, that's two ones. What about his who else do you have in the Final Four? Do you have it in front of you?
Yeah, hold on, let me grab it again.
Because I mean, so he's going chalky too. So now this whole thing's going to come down to who gets these first-round upsets right. Have I overthought this? In case y'all missed it, we filled out the bracket yesterday. I'm going to go with that, the bracket of integrity for the Wheel of Doom. But for the real, what I really think, for the fun bracket, and by fun, I don't mean just, I'm not the guy that just picks upsets just to pick them, but I've got Auburn to the Final Four beating UConn. But not in the wheel bracket. I can't do that. I can't take that chance of spinning the wheel by being last. You get nothing for being first in this game.
You don't? You want his 4?
Yeah, just give me the 4. I mean, I got 2 1 seeds in the championship game. Does he have Houston and UNC to go along?
No. He got UConn and Arizona.
All right.
Houston and Purdue.
Houston, and so it's Houston, yeah. Arizona is the only difference. And so I have Houston, Tennessee, UConn, North Carolina. So it's going to be Tennessee, Purdue, and North Carolina, Arizona as far as Hicken and I when it gets late.
And I got UConn, Zaga, Houston, and Creighton. Those are my 4.
Yeah, you're not gonna. Which region is Gonzaga in?
Midwest. Oh yeah. I'm sorry, Zona.
Okay.
UConn, Arizona.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because I had Gonzaga going out early.
Yeah, UConn, Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona. So there you go. I mean, again, we there may be plenty of little predicted upsets along the way, but we're all pretty chalky there by the time those are all 1s and 2s, by the way. Nobody really stepped out on the ledge, which again, that's kind of why I did it. I guess it's going to come down to me. It looks like Houston, Tennessee, and North Carolina. It's who gets those right.
Yeah,
because we all have those. Different. ESPN has gone through the analytics. They've gone through the season. They're looking at the most likely first-round upset. So keep this in mind when you tune into March Madness here in a couple of hours. The most likely upsets. Number 11, New Mexico to beat Clemson. Let's go through here. Tell me if you had these. You got your bracket, E?
I got it.
All right, so New Mexico and Clemson, yeah. What? I got New Mexico.
What region is that? Let's see. I feel like I put New Mexico somewhere.
I definitely put them in. Where did I? Oh, no, I put state. It's not New Mexico. Yeah, I got New Mexico. I got New Mexico winning. New Mexico over. So I picked that one. They've got Oregon over South Carolina. No, I took South Carolina a couple of rounds there. James Madison over Wisconsin. I picked that one. Number 4, Grand Canyon over St. Mary's. I picked that one. Number 5, UAB over San Diego. I picked that one. Number 6, McNeese over Gonzaga. I picked that one. Number 7, 11 over Texas Tech. Nope. Number 13, Samford over Kansas. I picked that one. Duquesne over BYU. Nope, didn't pick that one. Moorhead over Illinois. Nope, didn't pick that one. So I'm in line with a lot of those upset picks. Listen, they come early. You can ride a Cinderella to get you a fantastic upset and maybe even 2. But if you're going to bank on them going any further than that, then that's probably dead money. All right, so Gabe Davis is among the free agent class. I'm intrigued to see exactly what Gabe Davis can do as we measure what Trent Baalke has done as the GM of the Jaguars, and we analyze each facet of how he runs a team, from the coaches he hires to the draft that he does to the free agency that he lords over. I will say this, the 2 free agent receivers that he's brought in each did better than what I thought they were as free agent signings.
Yep.
So here's hoping that Gabe Davis can be that. He was asked via Jaguars.com what kind of player the Jaguars are getting.
They're going to get everything I got. Talk a little bit about myself. I mean, I was back-to-back hardest worker at Buffalo Bills. That's what I got voted on. I was the team captain by 24. That's what I plan to be here, and that's what I plan to bring is leadership and hard work. You know, I feel like talent is talent, but that ain't gonna get you where you want to go. So just bring that intensity and bring that intent, you know, when it comes to being here.
All right, why did you choose Jacksonville in free? By the way, 12-11 now, Padres, and Ohtani is just grounded out the first to end the inning. It's a one-run game.
Come on. Well, Shohei got a lot on his mind right now.
Yeah, he's got an interpreter who who gosh knows what the true story is there. Right. I say the interpreter is covering for someone, and they paid him $10 million just to go live in the mountains somewhere. That's my guess. Anyway, why Jacksonville?
Obviously, it's a great team. I love Doug Peterson. I heard a lot of great things about him, his philosophy and everything. And then I got some history with some coaches here. Chad Hall, he was my coach for 3 years in Buffalo. You know, he's family, love him to death. And then obviously, you know, the playmakers that they have on offense and defense. I mean, this is a great team. I wanted to come back home, be close to my family, so they can come and watch, and also be a part of, again, you know, a team that's going to be real special this year.
Chad Hall, that's a little receiver from Hawaii, right, that the Jaguars drafted?
No, I thought that was it a coach?
Well, he's a coach now. And I think he did return as a coach.
Okay.
He's here now. But isn't yeah, I don't want to speak out of turn. I could be with that little receiver. Remember he doinked it off his face mask as a punt returner, and then he went to the Bucks?
No, Chad Hall went to Air Force.
Okay, not the one then. What was that guy's name?
Are you talking about the small guy?
Yeah, the little small dude. He was a receiver, small, fast dude from Hawaii.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Wasn't it Chad something? Here comes this is where text line hooks me. We'll see. All right, one more from Gabe Davis. Obviously, pretty happy with the trigger man. This comment I was interested in hearing because he comes from a great quarterback in Josh Allen, and receivers don't like to play with guys that trifle around with that football, man. We all remember Allen Robinson's frustration, you know, over Blake Bortles, though, in a training camp. Yeah. These dudes just want to make sure they're with a guy who can deliver. So here is Gabe Davis on Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, no, real excited. Trevor don't know this. Probably back when I was in high school, I was in Atlanta at a Nike Spark camp, and we was doing like one-on-ones and stuff. And I don't even know if I don't know if they got clips of it or what. I was a nobody, so it don't matter anyway, you know. But I was catching some balls from him doing the one-on-ones and stuff. He probably don't even remember that. But it's crazy how things go like full circle. But I heard, and these are all things that I heard. You know, obviously I haven't been around him yet, but great leader, super chill guy, wants to work, wants to win, and that's the first thing you need in a quarterback is that leadership. And I heard that he has that, and can't wait to, you know, get together with him, learn more about him, and, you know, be around for the next couple of years.
By the way, I know where your quarterback and your number one receiver were on Monday after players. A little birdie told me that they may have seen Trevor Lawrence and Christian Kirk out there at the TPC Sawgrass on Monday getting a turn at that. Getting a turn. Did you get an answer?
Shout out to the call.
Chad something,
Chad Owens.
Chad Owens, that's it. I knew it was a Chad. And it was a receiver, so I think, hey, man, who knows? Let's come back and see what's trending, shall we?
Let's do it.
You're listening to The Drill. It's a custom Tree Surgeons Thursday.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
1010XL kicks off the madness Thursday with XL Primetime at Bay Street Sports Bar and Grill at noon. Then the Frangie Show's live at Boston's in the River City Marketplace. Baloo and Hacker continue the party 6 till 10 at Mr. Chubby's in Fleming Island.
If you're planning to invest in new commercial lawn equipment, then get to Ronnie's Repair Shop on Sunbeam Road today for the annual Toro sales event. Find the lowest sale prices of the year on Ronnie's huge inventory of residential and commercial grade Toro equipment, including zero-turn mowers, stand-ons, and walk-behinds. Financing is available if you qualify, so whether you manage your lawn or a lawn care business, you'll find great deals on Toro equipment today at Ronnie's Repair Shop on Sunbeam Road.
Looking for the perfect Saturday plans? Head over to Players Grill, where Saturdays are all about pizza and pints. Dive into a delicious pizza paired with your choice of Miller Lite or Yuengling draft beer for just $12.99. Pizza, pints, and a great time. Players Grill, where the neighborhood meets.
I'm Frank Frangie with the Nimnick Nugget. I love that the Gators are back in the NCAA tournament, but I hate that they've got to move forward without Micah Handlogton. The 7-1 center was a big part of everything they did. He wasn't a great offensive player, but man, oh man, does he affect the game defensively and is one of the best rebounding centers in the country, and it's one of the reasons the Gators are one of the best rebounding teams. The Gators will play well. I think they might get to the Sweet 16, but I sure wish they had their center. I'm Frank Frangie for the Nimnick family of dealerships. There are trucks, and then there's the truck, the GMC Sierra. Frank Frangie here with available features like the V8 engine, the ultimate luxury interior, and of course the available world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. Nimnick Buick GMC has the largest inventory of GMC Sierras in the area. This month, save up to $10,000 off new GMC Sierra 1500s or enjoy rates as low as 2.9% financing. Head to Nimnick today. GMC, we are professional grade.
Hey Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Start your Sunday off with a cup of Joe and some sports medicine intel. This is Joe C. inviting you to join me and Dr. George Bari for Breaking Bones every Sunday morning at 7:30. And if you miss an episode, just look for Breaking Bones wherever you listen to podcasts.
The Jacksonville Icemen continue their homestand Friday and Saturday as they battle the Greenville Swamp Rabbits in a key South Division matchup at 5-Star Veterans Memorial Arena. Game time 7 o'clock. Catch the exciting family fun action as the Icemen continue their push toward the Kelly Cup playoffs. Get tickets at Ticketmaster, JacksonvilleIcemen.com, or call 904-602-PUCK. Icemen hockey is #FireWithin.
Got a septic tank at your home or business? Give Duck Duck Rooter a call today to schedule your pump out service. From septic pump outs, inspections, to new septic tank and drain field installations, we are Northeast Florida's only master septic contractor. DuckDuckRooter.com.
Hey sports fans, this is Hayes Carlian for QC Kinetics. This is the time of year to enjoy life. Stop letting that pain in your joints keep you from doing what you love to do this spring. Call QC Kinetics now. Set up a free consultation. Call them at 904-274-5522. They've got 2 great locations, Mandarin and Ponte Vedra Beach. Go see them. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. I'm talking lasting joint pain relief with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. It's a fact. QC Kinetics is literally transforming lives. Their advanced treatments harness your own body's ability to restore and repair damaged joint tissue. Pro athletes have been doing this for decades, but now this life-changing treatment is available for you. So you can walk and run and climb stairs and play golf and move again pain-free. 904-274-5522. That's QC Kinetics. Call them today.
Big Chief Tire has been Jacksonville's trusted tire expert for over 60 years. Frank Frangie here. The new season is upon us, and they are here to ensure your journeys are smooth and worry-free. Gear up for any travel by scheduling service at one of their 5 locations. From tire rotations to custom wheels and more, the experts at Big Chief are here to ensure your vehicle is ready. Visit the website at bigchieftire.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule an appointment today.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Again, so many unbelievable memories. It's been fun playing them as we've gone along here. March Madness opens today. By the way, thank you, baseball gods. Little G, Manny Machado, 3-run homer, 15-11 Padres over the Dodgers. Suck on that for your trip home. I hate the Dodgers. Not going to apologize for it. Yeah. Not going to apologize for it. Never will. They can all take a big suck pill to help them go to sleep on the way back to L.A. Go back to
go back
to SoCal. Enjoy yourself out there. Well, gosh, Lee, I had something, doggone it, and I've thrown off my I've gotten off track here. I had something that I was going to say, and now I've just come in like some sort of dunderhead. I've gotten distracted by the shiny object that was the 3-run homer of Manny Machado, and I guess that just leaves us in a spot here where we'll see what's trending. It's brought to you by Pet Paradise. Pet Paradise trending as the number one go-to stop. Don't settle for the imitators. You need to go with the innovator when it comes to pet spa treatment services. No one does it. No one does it like Pet Paradise. Certainly March Madness is going to be trending. I wonder if I'm in good stead at home. I'm looking now. Mrs. P's not afraid to get in the station bracket.
No, she's not.
So she's sent in a bracket with me today, and I'm really just taking a good gander at it. And she's got Marquette beating Florida in round 2. I mean, don't you throw me just like a little bit of like a little good luck kiss there, a little karmic kiss maybe, and try and get a little momentum there with Florida for me? You got to go Marquette just right out of the gates like that?
Yeah.
Just cold? I mean, should I feel fortunate that you've got him beating Colorado? I'm just saying. I mean, listen, you can take it the other way and go too far like I did and took them to the Elite Eight. And with Micah Hanglot, that might be a bad business. All right, anyway, I digress.
Number 5.
Well, since we were on the topic of the your one of your hated teams, the Dodgers, we touched on this a couple of times, man. Shohei seemed to got himself in the limelight. Well, actually, his best friend kind of got him in the limelight. He's a degenerate, man. He racked up about $4 million in debt as far as gambling, and he had to pay them bookies off. So apparently he hollered at his best friend. He did what I would have did, of course. If I didn't have the bread, if I got myself in some deep trouble with some bookies, I'm going to holler at my best friend. I'm like, look, man, I got myself in some trouble. I ain't got the cash. I need about 4 M's to pay him off.
Yeah.
Now, if Shohei actually, I don't know if Shohei paid it off or what happened, but the story is real sticky right now, and the Dodgers said that they don't want no parts of it.
Well, and, who knows how they're trying to – you've just signed this mammoth contract with the baseball's biggest star. The last thing you need him to be associated with is gambling in any form or fashion. So if he did step in and initially pay it off, I believe that. And then his people got to him and said, wait, what? You can't be associated with this at all. He stole that money. Then you pay the interpreter $10 million to go away and never say anything and get down to business.
Oh, man.
Number 4.
Jeff, we talk about some of the things these rich people do.
Rich people problems.
Rich people problems. And now a European restaurant is offering the first 5-star meal in space. Now, Jeffrey, can you take a wild guess? How much do you think this experience costs?
I heard that going to the moon doesn't even cost that much. I don't know where I heard this. It was like less than $1 million to go to the moon. So they're probably going to charge, it's $5 million.
No, not that much.
Okay, $1 million.
$500,000. So 5-star meal in space is only going to cost you $500,000.
So you're basically just doing it to go to space.
Absolute for the experience.
Let me tell you where going to space ranks on the things that I want to do.
Me too.
Right after everything else. No way do I want to enter and exit our atmosphere, or do they not go through the atmosphere? When they say space, does that just mean you're going up high enough, but you don't actually go? You know that part where you sizzle through the fire, you see in the movies? I don't want any part of that.
Going to space might be right before...
You go through all that?
Well, I'm saying on my list, right before I go into a submarine for about 1.5 years. Like, I ain't trying to do none of that. No parts of none of that.
There is no way in the world that I want to go up into space. I just don't want to go at all. So, I mean, I'll just leave it at that.
Number 3.
Come on, Outback Steakhouse.
What we got?
Man, a 12-year-old, a regular, him and his family, they go to Outback all the time.
Okay.
And he always order a daiquiri. He loves his daiquiri.
He's a 12-year-old, so they brought him some alcohol, did they?
They brought him they spiked his daiquiri. Obviously, it was a
You know what?
mistake.
You know who's a real loser here? Some poor 19-year-old trying to get his on the slide. They bring, they triple card him. Meanwhile, the 12-year-old gets soused up thanks to I guess a bartender that just didn't read it right.
Right.
And if you're the server, you don't know.
Huh? You don't
I wonder
know.
if it's happened more often than we think, and the 12-year-old just says, man, I don't feel good.
Oh, exactly. Like, that's what it was. It's like he got his daiquiri. He was tasting, he was drinking. Like, his experience just turned. Well, Jit, you was drunk. That's what happened.
Well, in today's don't worry. In today's day and age, you'll be eating gummies here in 1.5 years, 2 years. So never worry.
Number 2.
Jeff, this is something that we all will take part of at some point. Netflix, you know how Netflix is doing that series that quarterbacks produce?
Yeah.
Well, they announced some of the guys that they're going to be featuring. And we knew they were going to have Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, the receivers. This is going to be a receiver show. Yeah.
Right.
Devontae Adams, I think I saw.
George Kittle, Justin Jefferson, and Deebo Samuel.
Those are big names.
Absolutely.
Not sure I'm down with giving me 2 49ers.
I know.
But
both of those 49ers are interesting. But
yeah,
come on,
for sure.
Give us somebody else.
They may have a trouble. Look, I guess they didn't do the round 2 with the quarterbacks. They couldn't get them to do it.
Right.
Right? I mean, that first go round. And here's what happens, too. After the first one, people are kind of, their ears perk up when they see extra people around. You didn't know what was going on that first year around. Like if you're in Kansas City or Minnesota or wherever they were following these quarterbacks, as far as you knew as a player or otherwise, it's just typical, coverage type stuff.
Number 1.
And the number
hottest
one
story in the country, brought to you by Pet
topic.
Paradise.
As of 10 a.m., Dan Hicken, he already turned in his bracket. Jeff and I, we've been on the game. March Madness starts today. Have your brackets turned in by noon, people. This is one of the best times of the year. As Jeff mentioned earlier, vasectomies go up around this time because, hey, fellas, you get to post up on the couch. If you do want to participate in March Madness, simply head over to 1010XL.com and fill out your brackets because 1010XL.com is partnering with Mr. Chubby's, and you can get a chance to win a free beer with every win. But you got to be there to receive your beer. So go on to 1010XL, fill out your bracket, print it out, head to any one of the 3 locations, whether it's Chaffee, whether it's Fleming Island or Ponte Vedra, watch the games, win you some beer, and also you get a chance to win Luke Combs tickets for the overall winner of the bracket.
Well, I know I'm excited, and the madness begins. I think 12:10 is the first tip-off, and, buddy, they'll go till 1 o'clock at night. Here's another trend that's happened in college basketball if you haven't paid attention, but just like other sports, a college basketball game used to be zipped up in 2 hours. It's not anymore.
No way.
2:20, 2:30, so go ahead and expect to extend your viewing pleasure deep into the night.
You know what? Something that matters to me during March Madness is Dick Vitale. Like, I need his voice.
Yeah, and he's not on CBS.
That's March Madness to me. The diaper dandies and all of that. I need Dick Vitale.
Yeah, it would be nice. And Vitale should be credited with taking college basketball to a whole new level right back in the 80s.
It's like Tiger Woods did for golf.
Yeah, to a degree. All right, we'll introduce you to Jaguars today. That's coming up next. See what they have planned for you. Appreciate Fred Taylor joining us a couple days after the normal Monday assignment. But it's a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday, and we'll put a wrap on it next.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Your home for Florida Gators baseball is 1010XL.
It's a weekend of baseball in Baton Rouge, Florida LSU. Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon on 1010 AM.
It's
time for some Spring Fever March specials going on now at Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned. Mia here, and how does this sound? Just $500 down and $288 per month gets you a pre-owned 2021 Toyota Corolla. Or you choose a pre-owned 2021 Camry, RAV4, or Tacoma for just $500 down and $388 per month. Plus Arlington's Credit for Everyone program and 30-day exchange. Don't wait, save thousands and shop arlingtontoyota.com today.
Men, are you suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE? The medical providers at Prime Men's Medical Center offer breakthrough treatments that eliminate problems in the bedroom without pain or surgery. 98% of men see instant results on their first office visit. Listen to a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Prime Men's Medical Center offers breakthrough medical treatments that eliminate ED and PE. Men are even lasting 90 minutes or longer, regardless of age or medical history.
But that's not all. For a limited time only, call Prime Men's Medical Center now, and your initial consultation and first treatment are completely free. You'll see instant results right in the office. You'll even get a gift that enhances your performance in the bedroom. All this, worth hundreds of dollars, is free if you call now. 904-664-8217. 904-664-8217. That's 904-664-8217.
Jeff Prosser here. Need that garage floor redone? Pool deck? Patio? Well, I did my homework and found out there is only one company offering a lifetime warranty, Jack's Concrete Coating. How do they do it? They're the certified Pintech dealer for North Florida, so they are the only company offering pure polyurea. Trust me, I can speak firsthand to their work, and it is awesome. Go to jacksconcretecoatings.com or call 904-862-2000.
Hey there, poker players and entertainment enthusiasts. The moment you've been waiting for has arrived. The Run Good Poker Series is blazing its way through Best Bet Jacksonville now through March 24th. Get in on the action with 10 poker events, highlighted by the $1,200 no-limit hold'em main event, boasting a $300,000 guaranteed prize pool. And that's not all. Dive into the action of event number 1, $400 no-limit hold'em, with an impressive $100,000 guarantee up for grabs. Ready to secure your seat at the tables? Win your entry through satellites taking place now. For tournament instructions and all the details, head to bestbetjacks.com. Join us at Best Bet Jacksonville for the Run Good Poker Series.
He's a professor of quarterback play, and class is in session.
We want to take you into the lab so you can learn more about the science of quarterback.
Denny Thompson, Friday mornings on The Drill. Brought to you by Tyson Sound and Security and George Moore Chevrolet on 1010XL.
Hey, this is Stevie Beechurst of Beechurst Plumbing. Growing up in Jacksonville, I was always proud when my dad would point at a building and say, I did the plumbing for that. That's the same kind of pride we instill in every plumber here at Beechurst Plumbing. And that's the kind of pride you can expect when you hire Beechurst Plumbing for your home or business. Right now, we're doing New Year's specials to get your project going. To find out how we can help you, visit beechurstplumbing.com. BETROS plumbing.com. Beechurst Plumbing, here to help.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
If you've played sports or still lead an active life, chances are joint pain is nothing new. This is Dr. George Barry of Barry Orthopedics, and we like to be your option when it comes to taking care of your body and getting back in the game. From shoulders to elbows to hip and knee pain, Barry Orthopedics can diagnose and treat a variety of injuries that are causing you pain. We are Barry Orthopedics and online at barryorthopedics.com. With more than 30 years of experience, our team is here to care for your entire family.
Find out more at barryorthopedics.com. That's BAHRI orthopedics.com.
Well, I'd like to think that you know this already, and I sure hope you have experienced it if you're a pet owner. Because if you're a pet owner, there is only one place that gets you the peace of mind that you want, and it's a perfect name. It's Pet Paradise. It's the ultimate home away from home for your four-leg family member. Whether your pet prefers a splash in the pool or just making new friends, Pet Paradise's team of pet lovers now, pet-loving pros, going to ensure the most important pet in your world has a great visit, whether it's day camp or an overnight stay. Oh, by the way, inside these ultra-modern facilities, dotting the First Coast, I believe 8 or 9 locations now, it's always any and everything you need under one roof. They have professional grooming services, veterinary services with New Day Veterinary Care, at Pet Paradise. It's top shelf customer service and treatment for that member of your family, that four-legged member of your family. So go to Pet Paradise right now. Book an appointment. Find out what they're all about at petparadise.com.
Yo, E to the T here. And if you're still in the market for a sports book to call home, bet that nonstop action of the madness with MyBookie. MyBookie is your one-stop shop for all your sports betting and casino needs, complete with that Vegas life experience right from that cellular device of yours, my boy. Take your viewing experience to the next level with real-time live betting that lets you stream and bet the games right from the website. Sign up now and take advantage of the generous welcome bonus on your first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Put in 2, get back 3. Ready to play instantly using promo code 1010XL. And the fun don't stop there. You'll get up-to-the-minute odds, props, and this week's expert predictions to help you decide where to put that cash at. And the best part about MyBookie, you can bet anything, anytime, anywhere. And don't forget that promo code 1010XL. Come on, somebody.
Hey gang, Hicken here. March is Workplace Eye Wellness Awareness Month. Here's a tip for those in front of a computer all day. Follow the 20-20-20 rule. Set a timer as a reminder to look 20 feet away every 20 minutes for 20 seconds. It can be as simple as looking away from your computer screen or out the window. If virtual meetings keep you in your seat for extended time, shut your eyes for 20 seconds. And call or visit BowdenEye.com today to schedule your consultation. You know why? Because Bowden Eye is keeping the First Coast focused.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, Jaguars Today is coming up next. Tony, Mike, and content heavy. What do we got today?
We will check in with Demetrius Harvey at the bottom of the 10 o'clock hour to get his reaction to everything that's been going on with the team, obviously. We'll do the thing everyone has to do. We'll give you our picks for March Madness.
Okay.
Our very inexpert picks, but nonetheless, we'll share them with everybody so you can laugh along with us at whatever happens with it. And our question of the day today asking if the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to add another wide receiver this offseason, how do you think they acquire him? Trade, first-round pick, second-round pick, or a later pick or free agent? Your options in the poll this morning.
Okay. I like it. Well, the Jaguars Today, it's coming up next as they count you down to March Madness, maybe in some cases. All right.
To some degree, yes.
We had one. Sometimes it happens. We get on a roll, and I had something for you I wanted to do here before we get done with the show. But I told you I had one of my little YouTube poll questions that involves the association you often like. I don't know how easy a question this will be or not, but it struck me because I know you're big. Hey, Tony, sometimes you get in a little conversation with somebody on the text line who thinks they know more than you do, even though you've been doing it for an awful long time. So could you just tell the whole world how many quarterbacks during the process pre-draft don't throw in the history of football?
There's been not many for the whole process.
Contextually, it's like, why is Marvin Harrison getting all the flack? If a quarterback doesn't throw, it's no big deal. That's because no quarterback ever hasn't thrown at all unless he's injured.
Yeah.
I mean, now, take out COVID year where I don't know what everyone did, but never, ever, ever through the course of a pro day or a workout do quarterbacks not throw.
Yeah, Kool-Aid McKinstry had the foot injury, so he didn't work out at the combine.
And that's
he said,
a
I'm going to work
corner.
out at the pro day, right? And he still hadn't had whatever surgery he's going to have to repair the injury. He ran at the pro day. Right, like he ran yesterday,
right? But then,
so the teams could see him work
correct.
out.
Marvin Harrison not running yesterday is a major thing because it never happened.
Yeah,
but
I doubt it'll affect his draft stock.
I don't either.
But
from a precedent standpoint, but it's not like. First of all, it's not like he's getting absolutely. I mean, it came like this: why can quarterbacks not participate, but a wide receiver is catching flag? And the answer to that is quarterbacks don't go through the whole process and not.
They throw somewhere.
Of course they do. Yeah. Every single time, ever.
Trevor Lawrence didn't work out at the combine. He worked out at a pro day.
Of course.
You know, it's not like he needed to.
Again, you don't have to take my word for it. I mean, you threw it out there. I corrected you. If you want to now adjust your thinking so that you don't make this mistake in future conversations, you do, buddy. There we go. You do you. All right, E, here we go. Sorry.
Yep.
The NBA YouTube question, and we got to just quick get out of here. Who would you rather have to start a franchise? These are your 4 options. Jason Tatum, Anthony Edwards, Victor Wembanyama, Luka Doncic.
Oh, man. But I'm going to say Anthony Edwards.
You're going to say Anthony Edwards? I don't know where the answer, I found myself jumping around. I found myself not giving Tatum enough credit. I found myself thinking, Wembanyama might be the pick. Young as he is, there's thoughts he'll be Rookie of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year.
Right.
He's putting up numbers. It's just on a bad team. And then Luka, we've forgotten already. The kid's he's still like 14, isn't he?
The young triple-double.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Just a little bonus coverage. He's off tomorrow, so safe travels to him on Good Friday. But we will be locked and loaded and ready to roll when we get you halfway through this first burst of madness, and when we come at you tomorrow morning. So long.
The Drill on 1010 XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it